to start on Thursday night footy here on ABC Sport. Keep your messages coming on 0467920222. A Dolphins injury ward stacked with talent, yet they've played some of the most entertaining football this year. And what about these Cowboys? They've only won one of their last 6. They've played some of the tougher teams in the competition, though, the last 2 weeks, but with only 6.5 wins. They need to take every 2 points available to give themselves a chance of featuring in the finals. The Cowboys kick off. The Dolphins are going to take the first catch, and Averillo, he had a big look there at Isaako. It was right near that left corner, and the two of them were able to catch it, but they decided, no, Averillo's going to take it. And the Dolphins do get the first carry without a mix-up. Second play, Molo up to the 20. Francis Molo in that front row. Here's Connolly Lemu-Elu, former Cowboy, 3 seasons, midway goal line and halfway. Now Taufa, the Kiwi product. Another of the late maturers up to the 30. Donahue down the middle third. He gets to the red stripe of the 40, and that's all bar one play of the opening set. End of it's a Katoa kick for the Dolphins from his 40. Kicks downfield, high to the defensive left side. Taulagi catches for the Cowboys, and he runs back to the defence. He takes the tackle midway goal line and halfway down at the southern end of the field. Just a few muddy patches out on the surface, but generally the playing surface looks in really good nick for another big busy weekend of football. Braden Burns to the 30 as the Cowboys have their first possession of the game. Now Paolo, one man to the right. Jackson Paolo, 11 inside his own half. 20 in from touch on the right as he plays the ball to Robson, given on to Neem. Griffin Neem rolls almost to the middle of the park, just a metre or so inside Cowboys territory as he plays it to Robson, given on to Edwards. Edwards is taken on 5, 43 metres from the Dolphins line. So the last play of the first set for the Cowboys. Oh, it's a miss-hit kick from Dearden. Tries a bomb, which is shallow. It's batted backwards. Drinkwater catches it, gives it to Cotter. He's driven backwards in a tackle and offloaded after the tackle was complete. Kurt Donahue there with a tackle. We were singing Dearden's praises, but that was a miss-hit kick. And now the handover. The Dolphins will get the ball 10 inside their own half.
Yeah, he hasn't made a mistake much in the last couple of games, but that wasn't a good kick by young Dearden. But for mine last week, the Cowboys should have won at home against the top of the table, or the second place Dogs. But they completed only 65% of their sets, Q, so that was a good start for the Cowboys. Mistake-free will help them build confidence.
A lot of drop ball in that game as Molo takes the Finns to within 35 of the Cowboys line. Now left it's Katoa. Receives and dummies, but runs into Neiman, also Robson. They make the tackle. Out on the 30, blindside Marshall King. Gives it on to Averillo. Feeds it to the inside line of Farnworth, who gets through Neem. And boy, Robson needs some help from McKaylee to stop him. And they do. Farnworth to play it. Only 11 metres out, 10 to the left of the uprights. Marshall King passes right to Donahue, to Katoa. Beautiful ball, puts Keeley in. He crashes through a couple of tackles, Oren Keeley. And the Finns get their first look at the in-goal they're attacking. And they take 4 points away from it. Oren Keeley on a simple little right side shift makes it Finns 4, Cowboys 0.
Badou's taking a bit to get him off the ground there, Q. That is great play again by the Finns. Lovely pass in a dummy half. Very simple thing, Q. But Jeremy Marshall King, beautiful long ball from dummy half. That allows the Finns to get on the outside edge. A link pass back to Katoa. And a beautiful short ball puts the right edge back rower Keeley through a hole. That's ominous signs. Cowboys bringing the worst defence in the competition after 19 rounds. And what we saw there, 3 minutes in, the Finns' first foray down there into the park, they cut them to ribbons.
Zane Bojak down on the touchline.
Well, all this week, the Dolphins have been promoting the fact that the world's best centre. Remember, we've got the British and Irish Lions here, and they were trying to promote to all those rugby fans, you can come and see the world's best centre, Herbie Farnworth. He stripped them on the left. and then the long pass comes out on the right, and Oren Keeley off a beautiful piece of sleight of hand there from Isaako goes over to score. Poor old Jackson Purdue, he is going to have so much traffic run at him. I don't believe that he should be in the halves for the Cowboys at this stage, but he's going to get a lot more traffic, and what a great way for this young Oren Keeley to start his second try of this season, his third in his career, and the Dolphins have scored 58 points last time, Q. They've started off pretty impressively here at Lang Park.
And Jermaine Isaako hoping to add another 2 from 15 in from right touch and 25 metres out. 81 of 92 this season, Isaako. He has been deadly. It's like James Bond with the PP7. He doesn't miss very often.
Beautiful strike.
He strikes that through for 6-0 Finns.
Zano mentioned about Herbie Farnworth, and we sing his praises. Last week, 23 carries for 260 metres, Q. Every time he touches the ball, it's when he's got spiders on him. They just can't handle him. He nearly cut a hole, as Zane said, through the left-hand side there. They are just absolutely on fire here, the Dolphins. If Farnworth gets space, it's a world of hurt for the Cowboys.
Cowboys with the restart, taken in the in-goal by Tabuai Fido, gives it to Molo. Meets the defence about a dozen from the Caxton Street end. Already Big Daddy from Coffs Harbour's on the text. He's telling, I think the Finns might get to 50 again tonight. 0467 920 222 to get in touch. Thursday night footy on ABC Sport. Quentin Hull, Billy Moore and Zane Bojack. Here's Tuffer, the young forward, taken about 28 from his own line as the Finns run it upfield. Try scorer Keeley receives one man to the right of the ruck, runs into Robson and Cotter and Purdue, and that trio of Cowboys makes the tackle. The men in red, a dozen their own side of halfway. Keeley steps off the mark and referee Goff says no, go back. So Keeley eventually plays a 20 in from the western side, a dozen from halfway, one man infield to the hammer. No runway there for Tabuai Fido, taken down 5 from halfway, end of the set. Katoa with the bomb downfield. Again, it's to the defensive left corner of Taulungi. Catches it comfortably, 11 from his own line. Murray Taulungi up to the 20 before being dragged down by Keeley in company with Donahue. Paid to Purdue, given one man infield to Burns. Braden Burns for the Cowboys up to the 30. He's standing in the tackle, grabbing forward, and he'll play it about 16 from halfway. Now one man to the right of the rock. Jackson Polo into the team. Just his third game of the season for the Cowboys. The well-travelled Jackson Polo, 5 from halfway when stopped. One man to the left for McKaylee, and Thomas McKaylee driven into the deck. Cowboys just getting into attacking territory. 6-0 to the Finns early on. North Queensland now through the right. It's Dearden onto Nene, running infield. Nene, hard to stop but taken down, 38 metres out. Last play for North Queensland. It's a Drinkwater kick. Left boot down the western touchline. Isaako's there. Outlet by the Cowboys. Kept alive with a little flick infield from Taulungi, but the referee says
it's actually the offside. He knocks it into him, yes, but it's still not on. Scrum, clock's on.
I think Hammer knocked it down.
It's a Cowboys feed.
Yeah.
Taulungi chucking it infield.
Great work by Taulungi.
And then there was a Tabuai Fido hand in there to ensure that it didn't continue to go through the Cowboys' left side.
Let's see what they can put on here. The Cowboys could have taken opportunity. 10 out, 20 in left-hand side, or the western side of the field.
Early try to the Finns. First real chance for the Cowboys. They win the scrum on the left, pass to right and centre field. Purdue onto Dearden, and now on the inside line it's Nene. Jeremiah Nene with 3 tacklers around him. Tackled 10 to the right of the uprights and 9 metres out. Will play the ball to Robson. Pass left and centre field. Purdue gives it on to Neem. And the Kiwi international backs his way to within 6 metres of the goal line at the Caxton Street end. Played to Robson. Back to the right. Dearden through the hands of Drinkwater. Second man onto Labert, trying to step in field. Zach Labert, but he's taken down by the left edge defence of the Dolphins. Labert plays it 5 out. Back to left and centre field. Through Dearden. Through Edwards. Out to the left. Given from Drinkwater. Beautiful pass. Taulungi puts him in without a Finn's hand laid on him. Murray Taulungi with the answering try. And it was a simple right to left shift. And that's an 11th try in the season. An injury interrupted one at that for Murray Taulungi, but that's exactly what the Cowboys needed, Billy.
Oh, definitely. Their first foray down, we said great attacking position, and they converted. They went from west to east, and then they brought it back. Great play through the hands, and it was a beautiful Purdue onto Drinkwater. The money ball is from Drinkwater, which he's done so often in his career. Lovely pass selection. Cut out ball to Talangi, one of the best finishers in the game. And he would have been happy in Origin had he been able to have gotten there, but he's that quality player. He's Origin standard, Talangi, and that was a great finish, just what the Cowboys needed after their very frail defence in the first 5 minutes.
Well, one thing I will say is the Cowboys benefited from, firstly, getting some ground in Main Street, as you like to say, Billy, because they put in a good kick, which then put pressure on the hammer, and he came up with a knock-on, which gave them that possession inside that 20, and Scotty Drinkwater comes up with his 17th try assist of the season. Now the opportunity for him to convert and make a 6-all, Q-Man. I told you it was going to be a great game. Two Queensland sides going head-to-head.
Never shy of an early crow. Zano declaring it after 9 minutes. It's going to be a great game. You heard it. Drinkwater from the western touchline takes a shave of the far upright and goes through. Flags raised, scores level at 6 apiece through 9 minutes here on Thursday Night Footy on ABC Sport. There's one game in the AFL tonight. It's Greater Western Sydney taking on Essendon, and it's quarter time. The Giants 2 straight 12 lead the Bombers 5 behind. ABC Listen App, the red and blue AFL partners, where you can hear it. 6-all after 9 minutes, Bill.
They got stripped of numbers quite easily there, the right-hand side of the Finns. Don't be surprised if they go back there. Katoa got himself caught up where he should have. He went in and needed to stay out, so I'm quite sure the Cowboys will go down their left-hand side, the right-hand defensive side of the Finns.
Big defence there by the Dolphins, Q-Man. He did a little shimmy when he scored there too, Murray Taulagi, so he should. That was his 60th career try.
Yeah, McKaylee with plenty of energy with the first carry off the restart. Edwards carry 2, the Cowboys 15 out. Now play 3, it's Neem left side of the ruck, 1 out, and gets to within midway. That midway point, 25 from the line he's defending at the southern end. Another carry from Edwards down the middle. The helmeted lock forward for the Cowboys, 18 metres inside his own territory when taken down by the tackle of Marshall King and Donahue. Cowboys fans making some noise in the house as McKaylee goes on a 1-out run. He's about half a dozen his own side of halfway. Thomas McKaylee went tackle. Last play coming up for the Cowboys. Dearden will put his right boot to it. It's a deep kick which is taken on the full by the hammer. Left corner, 10 from his own line. Saunters up to the 20 and a nice tackle from Edwards too. Classic around the thighs. Helped out by Neem. Dolphins start this set 20 from their own line. Isaako, one man to the right of the ruck, doesn't gain much ground. In fact, that's Nafahu coming in from his wing to have a go. Now it's Isaako from the other. So Nafahu out on the left, Isaako out on the right, but both of them working the middle third as Isaako plays at 15 from halfway. Now Fiernay, forward and stop, 15 in from touch on the right, 5 inside Dolphins territory, 6-all the scoreline. Shift to the left now through the hands. Katoa gave it on to Marshall King, decides not to give the pass. Good tackle from Nene, jamming up in on him. Dearden was there as well. Averillo to play it on halfway. Last place is Ref Goff. Katoa with the kick downfield. It's defensive right corner for Drinkwater. The Cowboys fullback catches it comfortably on his own 10. Now runs laterally, tries to get around him on the 20, but he's squashed by Big Op Tulfa, and the Cowboys start this set 20 from their own line.
I can see this game just being absolutely electric. Both sides see opportunities bringing the ball back, and they've got players of the ilk of Drinkwater and the hammer. They'll keep trying to make breaks.
Got a second phase here, offload from Burns, who he's in the middle of the field here and taken down 45 out from the Dolphins line. Braden Burns plays it there to Robson. Given to the right for Dearden. At the line, second man Drinkwater. Now the inside line, Nene. He picked out Big Molo, who made the tackle along with Lemu Elu. 35 out, Robson blindside right, Dearden. Outside in play to Drinkwater. Drinkwater's little hole is closed by the tackle of Molo and Farnworth. Drinkwater on 5, out on the right, 22 from the goal line. Last play, Cowboys. Dearden with a chip, which comes down about 5 metres out. Isaako leaps and catches comfortably. Diffuses the bomb, and Jermaine Isaako's got it 8 metres from the northern in goal. 0467 920 222. The number to get in touch, 0467 920 222. Please send us your name and where you're texting from. Safeda Nafahu. He's taken the young winner in just his second game in the NRL. short of the 20, and now good defence from Dearden and Neem. Really driving Marshall King to the deck.
He's a great defender, Dearden. Error here from the Cowboys. Sorry, for the Dolphins. Big chance for the Cowboys, Q.
So a lost ball before they got to the 30. It's cleaned up by Labour to the Cowboys, and now they've got the footy, North Queensland. Cotter on a straightening run. He's going to be tackled with plenty of the set left in store. He's only 12 metres out, Ruben Cotter. 20 in from touch on the left. Robson passes right in centre field to Dearden. Offers it to the straightener of Neem. 3 defenders around Griffin Neem. He stays on his feet and is tackled only 3 metres from the goal line. Robson looks right, pops a little short ball to McKaylee. That didn't really work with the timing. McKaylee is tackled on the goal line and pushed back. Now Robson passes right. Dearden, some expansion out to the edge. Labert stepping off his right, steps infield, gets chopped down by Averillo and Lemu Elu. Quick play the ball. Nene, a dummy half. He looked blindside. He got closed down by the markers, Nene, and is tackled on 5. Only a metre out in the right. Last play, Cowboys, 6 all to score. Dearden tries a grubber. It's knocked on by Molo. Back into Dearden, who then knocked it on as well. Double knock on. I reckon the Cowboys will get another chance here, Billy.
Oh, I think you're right. It's looking... Both defensive sides look very flimsy, Zano. Like at any moment they're going to give up points. And because both sides attacking-wise tonight are challenging the line, especially on the fringe.
The interesting thing for me is the Cowboys last week made the decision to switch Tom Dearden and Nene over onto the right-hand side. I think it's going to pay dividends, Billy. There's already gaps over there they're trying to exploit.
14 minutes played, 6 all the scoreline on Thursday Night Footy on ABC Sport. Purdue receives to the left of the scrum and gets tackled. Jackson Purdue in the number 6. Plenty of talent in a young career. He stopped a couple of metres short. Back to the right through the hands. Dearden on to Edwards, who gives it to McKaylee. And Thomas McKaylee is dragged down by 3 defenders. Only 2 metres from the goal line at the Caxton Street end. 6 all the scoreline. Robson passes right for Dearden. Shows it and goes, does Tommy Dearden. But Tolfer there to make the tackle with others. Old Toffer over the top of Dearden. Dearden to play it 5 metres out. Blindside Robson gives to Nene. Great tackle down low. Averillo and up top by Toffer. Stop him half a metre out in the right. Now back to the left. Drinkwater gives to Dearden. On to Purdue. Passes to Burns. Jamming defence from Isaako. Brilliantly read. He comes in. Makes the tackle. Last play Cowboys. It doesn't out. Blindside left. They run it. Dearden. He's dragged down by the collar of Isaako. Couple of wonderful defensive plays from the Iron Man winger for the Finns. He just keeps showing up, doesn't he, Jermaine Isaako? Hasn't missed a game. And there he is, making a couple of great tackles. 15 minutes played. Dolphins 6, Cowboys 6. Thursday Night Footy on ABC Sport.
Great D there by the Finns, and you're right. Jermaine Isaako saved a try on 2 occasions, back-to-back tackles. Had to be made, did a great job. And now this piggyback penalty is exactly what the Finns needed. I know Zano said it, and I concur. This is going to be a ripping contest.
And Zano, the little brother trucker picks up on your point. Now, what are your thoughts on moving Purdue to fullback and Drinkwater to 5'8"?
It's funny, that's exactly what I said in my pod this week. Hope the little trucker was listening. Look, Purdue is a star, and he is going to be a star half. I just don't know whether he's ready for the defensive load. And, he's got plenty of work coming at him right now because they're heading back towards that way, or they're going through the middle now, the Cowboys defensive unit, with the Dolphins taking that tap kick and playing forward kick.
Yeah, the trucker hoping that McKaylee shines tonight. I think he's very underrated. Thank you. 0467 920 222. Strong defence on Tuffer. Plays at 15 inside Dolphins territory. Marshall King, just a little unorganised there. The Dolphins eventually gives it on to Molo. Not a great game. Now out of dummy half. Marshall King has a dummy and straighten. Cotter there at marker though to knock him down. Marshall King gets into attacking territory. Plays at 45 out. Pass to the left. Donahue gives it on to Katoa. Averillo, dummies, but taken down by Dearden. Boy, he can tackle. Rabbit there as well to help out. Last play for the Finns. 40 out. Katoa with a bomb. Pretty much down the middle of the field. Drinkwater leaps and catches. There was a Dolphin taken out though. Lemu Elu got taken out by Nene, and the whistle ends. Any chance of Drinkwater scooting downfield having taken the catch. Penalty Finns. Lemu Elu taken out.
Yeah, this was a bad play by Nene, who's been in good form the last couple of weeks. Not necessary because I don't think there's going to be any contest in the air, so Drinkwater was always going to catch that. And now this gives a chance for the Finns. I think they might be going to take the 2 points. And the way this guy kicks it, Isaako, you'd almost think, well, it's not an easy kick. It's almost money in the bank for him, though.
We've got the ABC Sport family listening. Rusty, the Wonder Dog, of course, and then Jen and Jim Maxwell. Apparently Jen's on kitchen duty making a chicken and mushroom pie tonight. Cool. Thanks, Jen. Hope you're well, Jim. And Rusty, 0467 920 222. I could be facetious and say, no wonder Jen's tuning in because he doesn't want to listen to Souths anymore. Because they're not having a good season.
No, and
Jen's beloved Cardinal and Myrtle.
They've lost Latrell for a month too, I see today. So, yeah, they won't be playing finals football in 2025.
Hasn't been the most auspicious of returns to Redfern for Wayne Bennett this year. Dolphins opting for penalty goal after that block on Lemu Elu, the infringement from Nene. Isaako just left of the uprights, raises the flags and returns the Finns to the lead. Penalty goal for Jermaine Isaako. He's 2 from 2 on the night. We've played 18 and a half minutes. Dolphins 8, Cowboys 6. You're hearing Thursday Night Footy on ABC Sport. Quentin Hull, Billy Moore and Zane Bojak. In the AFL, early stages, second term, Greater Western Sydney 3 straight 18. Lead Essendon 5 behinds. And a reminder with the Lions test here on Saturday night. Certain markets taking it on analogue radio. You can hear it wherever you're listening on the Sports Extra button on the ABC Listen app, as has been the case with the likes of cricket, tennis on. You can always make your choice on the Listen app, as will be the case with the 3 Lions tests over the next couple of weeks. Cowboys with the kick return off the kickoff 15 from the northern end. 21 minutes left in this first half. Hold on. Incorrect play the ball from the Dolphins. Picked up by Peter Goff.
Disaster for the Finns.
Was it Molo?
I think it was Molo, yeah. This gives the Cowboys a great opportunity. They're about 15 out. They look threatening every time they've been down the centre of the park tonight.
So an absolute gift for the Cowboys. Cohen Hess is out on the field now. He's pushed back with that first carry. North Queensland only 15 metres out centre field. Played to Robson, given left for Neem. Neem with a 1-out run and 3 defenders around him. And Griffin Neem put to the turf at the northern end, 8 metres from the goal line. Play to Robson. He looks right. Gives it to Purdue. Through the hands to Dearden. Keeps the shift going to the edge. Drinkwater on to Labert, who's passed. Oh, it came off the boot of Bowler unintentionally into the hands of Averillo, who's caught it and scooting 90 metres to score at the other end. Extraordinary try. A right side shift for the Cowboys goes horribly wrong. A low pass from Labor to Bowler. Bowler just reflex went at it with his ankle and it popped straight into Averillo's hands. And of quick guys that opposition teams don't want to be given that chance. Jake Averillo's one of those. 12-6, kick to come. What a turn of events for the Finns.
Yeah, I think actually it was a good defensive shot. Nafu, I think he's put a shot on. The ball was Nafahu's put a shot on, and that ball was dislodged, and it ends up. Yeah, you know, you're right. It was a poor pass. The pressure was put on by Nafahu, and it's flicked into the hands of Averillo. And you're right. I talked about his ability to play so many different positions, because one underlying feature he's got that raw commodity speed. We saw that highlighted just then. He was super quick. And 90 metres, the chasing team, which had a few distinguished runners in it, they couldn't make a dent in the lead he had. Great work, great reflexes by he's playing 6 tonight, Averillo. Was going to be on the wing, but he's moved to the 5'8 position. Great work by the Finns to depower the Cowboys and put themselves now in front by 6 with a kick to come.
49 tries now for Jack Averillo. What a star performance running down that sideline. And poor old Jackson Barlow, he wants the ground to swallow him up after that pass from Labour came off his ankle, straight into the hands of Averillo, who goes over to score. Thomas McHaley's got a knee problem, guys. There's real doubts about whether or not he can come back and complete the match.
Keep an eye, Zane. Thanks for that information. Zane Bojack from the touchline. On the other side to him, Isaako. He's missed one. He hasn't missed many this year. That's a near side miss for Jermaine Isaako. No conversion. Dolphins 12, Cowboys 6. 18 minutes, 16 seconds remaining in the first half. It's Thursday night footy on ABC Sport. G'day to Mark and Donna from Maryvale. But they're in the Hunter. They're listening. They're literally chilling in the Hunter, but warming up watching the footy. Thank you. 0467 920 222.
I'll be having a little Hunter Shiraz.
I was about to say, Billy, there's a few ports down there, isn't there, around those wineries that could warm you up?
The Fahu didn't miss with a shot, but in the end it was a bad pass. Great reflexes by Averillo. This game is so well balanced, AQ. It's still a toss of the coin because both sides, to me, reek of lack of control in their defensive structures.
Play 2 off the kickoff. Lemu Elu taken down, 28 from the Dolphins line. 3 seasons at the Cowboys. Connolly, Lemu Elu. Right side of the ruck, Donahue without much gain just beyond the 30. Dolphins playing in their home strip red and the Cowboys the predominant white with the blue and silver. As Cotter's there getting low around the ankles of Keeley to make the tackle. Keeley plays it just inside Finn's territory. One man into Talfa and he did get nailed by Neem. 2 number 10s coming together and Talfa plays it on halfway. End of the set. Isaako chips downfield. Drinkwater well placed, catches it defensive left corner 10 from his own line. Lateral run infield, doesn't get to the 20 before being taken by the kick chase led by Molo and Lemu Elu. It's Dolphins 12, Cowboys 6, 17 minutes played, 2 played in the first half on Thursday night footy as Bolo up to the 30. And now Labert got his bell rung by Molo coming out of the line. Labert gets up quickly, plays at 32 from his own line. Edwards down the middle third, the helmeted lock forward taken, still a dozen inside Cowboys territory. Robson in behind the play the ball there. Oh, he looked right and it was mistimed run, so he had to go himself. And Robson's tackled on 5. 8 inside North Queensland territory. Last play of the set. It's a Drinkwater kick downfield. He's kicked it straight to Isaako. Catches it, untroubled on his chest, a dozen out. Energetic kick return, he runs up to Purdue, who makes a strong tackle up on the 30.
They're great collisions in the last 5 or 6 tackles. The 2 front rowers from the Finns were outstanding, and that again, Purdue, a ripping tackle. It's great to watch.
Finns still a dozen inside their own half on the left edge. Exploration there from Nafahu. Now to the blind side. Averillo to the hammer on to Farnworth over halfway. Herbie with 30 to go. Hammers infield. Put down the glasses. Hamaso, Tabulai Fido charges into the southern end goal and scores another Dolphins try. One that he helped create on what seemed, Billy Moore, a very simple left side shift. Farnworth got on the edge, raced 20 metres downfield, and as the fullback came across in cover defence for the Cowboys, he thought, I've got my fullback on the inside, thank you very much. The hammer scores 16-6 Dolphins.
Yeah, that was scary. Watching the replay, Herbie Farnworth could have picked 4 players from his team to score that try. You're right, it was a left side shift. Averillo playing 5'8" tonight. Great line in behind. Little pass to the hammer. Great hands by the custodian for the Dolphins. Put the left side centre, Herbie Farnworth, in the clear. Just good play, very simple by the Finns. That's concerning by the Cowboys. And as we said coming into the game, they have the worst D of any side in the premiership. And you can see, as I said, it reeks of lack of control and discipline and structure, their defensive line. And we know one thing about the Finns, they can rack up points.
Well, it was 58-4 back in round 15 in Townsville. Already 16-6. Conversion attempt to come from Isaako. Straight in front. Make it 18-6. Dolphins over North Queensland. Finns 18, Cowboys 6, 14 and a half minutes left in this first half. In the AFL, Greater Western Sydney, 4 goals straight, 24, lead Essendon 8 behind. Zane Bojack on the touchline.
Yeah, well, if there's one man you want backing you up, it's the hammer, isn't it? 16 tries now, leading try scorer in the competition, and what an effort it's been by him so far. He's now 3 in front of Mark Nuwatuaze, so he's going so well, and certainly Isaako just keeps racking him up as well. 12-point margin. They don't want to concede any more, the Cows.
I feel like that challenge that was laid down by our listener to Clinton last Sunday, Zano.
Mark Nuwatuaze, sorry. I
it.
stuffed it up the first
No,
night.
like what a Swayze.
Nwanganetawaze. Yep, very good player. With a lot of syllables.
Marky Mark, what a player he is. But this Dolphins side looks ominous right now.
Off the kick-off. Again, working their way upfield. Keeley, who scored the first try, is met by Purdue. The ball's come out the back. Referee says, no, hold on. I'd call tackle. So Keeley has to play it. 20 in from touch on the right wing side.
Wait. That gives me Reese.
Back. Wait. Oh, still not right. Wait.
Wait.
Oh, get on with it. Fair income.
Play the ball. Go through.
Okay. Play the ball 25 metres from his own line. That Petergoff took a while there. And mind you, Oren Keeley took a while to get it. Yeah, exactly, to get it right. Tougher to the 30. Now a left shift again. Oh, once again. Farnworth in behind them. Up to halfway. Up to the 30. Infield. Oh, the Hammers spilled it. It was on his chest. It was almost a carbon copy. He's knocked it on.
There's 7 Finns in that group, and he overcomplicated it, Farnworth. I think the best pass would have been just a simple one to Averillo. He's right on his inside. No one's going to stop Averillo from there. He's cut him out, went to Herbie, so he went to the hammer, and maybe, just maybe, that pass, the cutout pass, he lost sight of the ball, but he should have caught it.
Might have been forward as well.
Forward, boys.
Yeah.
Well, that's a relief for the Cowboys because they're under the pump.
Zano, Zach Labert and Jackson Bowloy out there.
Oh, mate.
Getting carved.
All at sea. And that's probably one of the reasons why they've shifted Nene and Dearden over there to try and give them some sort of direction. And now they get a penalty. They needed that, the Cowboys.
Well, this is a good opportunity because while they haven't been as brittle as the Cowboys' defence, the Finns haven't been brilliant and they've been able to strip them of numbers basically down the left and right hand sides when needed. So let's just see whether the Finns can stop this raid. It's a ripping touch fighter. What a touch fighter here by Dearden.
He was on halfway and he's found touch 12 metres out.
They're right on the attack now, Q.
Dolphins lead 18-6. 12 minutes left in the first half, but great field position for the Cowboys to hit back. Edwards is tackled on the settling hit up. 9 metres from the goal line, slightly right of the uprights. Robson gives it to Neem for another one-man raid down the middle third. Stops 3 metres out. Wavy Fisty on a bit of ruck infringement to the right. Dearden pops it up for Nene, who sort of stopped and didn't charge at that and got tackled. Nene by the defence, led by Elu, 5 metres out. Robson, 1 man to the left for Hess. Crash ball line, but taken down by Stone, who's out there for the Finns. Now Robson, crash ball line to Nene. Held on to by Averillo, got the offload out the back to Labert. Jumped on quickly by the tackle of Naufahu. Labert plays it out in the right. Robson back to the left, through Dearden, through Purdue to Drinkwater. Grubber for the in goal. Isaako's there. Sees it dead, despite the very ominous presence of Taulagi not too far away. Goal line dropout for the Dolphins. 11 and a half minutes left in the first half. Finns lead at 18-6.
Good play by the Cowboys. Good play by the fullback Drinkwater. He really asked a serious question of the edge defence there of the Finns. They were able to hold on, but now a short dropout. They'll be right back on the attack. The boys from Townsville.
Kick gets away before the hooter. 15 on the fly. Labert knocks it on. Cleaned up by Averillo of the Dolphins. So a well-placed kick. Labert couldn't control it, trying to jab it backwards. And Averillo cleans up out on that left side. High tackle onto Vita Naufahu. That's a penalty to the Dolphins. And a gift trip downfield.
Coach Killer, Billy. Coach Killers. Unbelievable. The back up, losing the restart and then getting a penalty off the back of it. Todd Payton would be tearing his hair out if he had some.
Yeah, you're right. That would be heartbreak there. Just shows you the value of Isaako, though, in his kicking game. That was a beautiful dropout. Contested, and they got the ball back. That's a huge pressure release for the Finns.
10 minutes left in the first half. Dolphins lead 18-6. It's Thursday night footy on ABC Sport. Quentin Hull, Billy Moore and Zane Bojack bringing you the action from the cauldron. Stone's got the ball for the Dolphins and lead the attacking side of halfway. So with that kick downfield, now the Dolphins go into attacking territory. Josh Kerr's out there as well off the pine. And Kerr's taken 40 from the goal line. Played to Marshall King, given right to Tabuai Fido. He's taken one-on-one by Hess. Big boy from Bundy wrapping up the hammer. Who'll play it 32 out in the right. Played to Marshall King, swung left and infield. Donahue gives it on to Stone. Quickly taken down by the tackle of Lawton right on the 30. Played quickly, Marshall King to the left, Katoa. Outside in play down the middle third. It's good defence from the Cowboys. Neem there stopping Kerr. A dozen out now. Donahue to the right through Katoa. Pass goes onto the deck. I think it was touched by Isaako and knocked on. Yes, it was. Referee saw it that way as well. So that shift to the right from Katoa comes unstuck with the pass hitting the grass. Isaako unable to pick up cleanly. 9 minutes left in the first half. Dolphins 18, Cowboys 6. Cowboys with the ball 15 from their own line. Now Lungy one man infield up to the 20.
They've been wasteful the last 5 minutes, the Dolphins. That's twice. They probably could have scored tries. Let's see if they come back to rue that play where they should have been able to cross the white line.
G'day to the Blue Crew and Burls, the #1 digger driver in their night shifts. Good on you. Thank you. That's a shout out from 0467 920 222. Cowboys a dozen inside their own half. Having conceded the last 2 tries in the game, North Queensland. 6.5 wins for the season as Hess goes down the middle third. They've only won 1 of their last 6 starts. The Cowboys. Hess taken on halfway. Ref Goff says that's fine. Last play of the set is a Dearden bomb. Quite shallow. Will come down about 25 out. Taken by Nafahu, immediately tackled by Labert. But Nafahu keeps it in his hand and the young winger to play it on his own 20 out on that eastern side of the field. Farnworth comes infield, but it's wrestled by 3 enthusiastic Cowboys defenders led by Robson. Lawton and Neem were the other 2. Dolphins are still on their 20. No real room infield either there on the run of Isaako. Good defence so far in this set from the Cowboys. 1 man to the right for Max Fiernay. Taken 15 in from the halfway line, 20 in from the western touchline. Now Katoa has a run himself, but Neem makes the tackle. Last play Dolphins, 10 inside their own half. Marshall King entrusted to kick the ball downfield. Puts a high ball to the defensive right corner. Drinkwater's well placed. The Cowboys fullback catches it just beyond his 10. Kick returns midway goal line and halfway. 7 to the break. Dolphins 18, Cowboys 6.
A crucial part of the match here, Q. Ball goes out the back here.
Lost ball, cleaned up by Dearden. It was a loose pop ball from Polo. Dearden goes on a little scoot and skips through a tackle before being taken down on halfway by Keeley. It was just loose out the back, and the Cowboys, through their captain, co-captain, get a bit of front foot ball. Well, both involved. Dearden with the scurry now, Cotter with a run. Taken 38 metres out. Played to Robson. Give it on to Lawton. 1 out run into the defensive line down the middle third. He's tackled 30 out. Hold down, 6 more. Cowboys with a fresh set on the wavy 50, and Neem's only 20 out in the right edge when tackled. Played to Robson. Given left in centre field for Dearden. Pops it up for Hess. Rolls down the middle third. Great offload. Hess gives to Robson. To Lawton. Now passes to the left edge. Cotter doesn't know what to do. Did a little swivel, hoping for a pass. Didn't give it. Reuben Cotter is tackled. 8 metres out. He plays the ball to Robson. Passes right in centre field through Purdue to Dearden. Pumps the pass. Gives it eventually to Neem. Neem's cut down by the defence. 10 metres out. 5 to the right of the uprights. 18-6 to the Dolphins. Cowboys now. Oh, middle third. Good hit. Donahue on Lawton. 1-on-1. Great read. Lawton plays it now to Robson. Passes left for Purdue. Gives it on to Cotter, who drops it. Cotter's dropped it, picked up by the hammer. He's got no runway, though, to get going. Tabio Fido tackled before getting to the 10, but the Cowboys blow that opportunity, Billy Moore. And with a little under 6 minutes to the break, it's the Dolphins in control, 18-6.
Yeah, they lack polish that set of 6. They had the Finns right where they want them, but they weren't able to put it into practice through some poor passing, and in the end, probably good defence as well from the Finns.
Griffin up on the mark, Kirby on the mark.
About 18 from halfway. Farnworth is in a bit of a tangle with Noon. Crowd wants a penalty. Ref doesn't give it. Graham goes for a scoot out at dummy half. Harrison Graham, no great gain. And they makes the tackle. Finn still on their own 40. Now Katoa goes for the 40-20 kick, kicking it out towards the eastern side. It finds the touchline, but about a metre short of the 20. Good kick from Isaako Katoa, but just shy of earning another attacking set with that kick.
I was going to make the point about a minute and a half ago how important this last passage of play is. Finns score here greatly at halftime, but if the Cowboys can get over the wide stripe, they can go in and make the second half a real serious contest.
Cowboys with it on their own 30. Left edge, it's Brayton Burns into the defensive line. They think of the likes of Valamay still out of the team. Jake Clifford's has got an injury. That's why we're seeing Purdue given a bit of an opportunity in the halves. No Tamalolo. Jordan McLean out of the team as well with a calf injury. So a couple of these younger Cowboys having a go tonight. Robson out of dummy half. Beats the marker before being taken by the second phase of defence. Stone with a tackle, dirty out. Quick play the ball. Lawton to the right, gives to Dearden onto Labert. One-on-one. Farnworth wraps him up brilliantly. Labert tackle, 10 in from the right, 18 metres out, pass back to left and centre field for Dearden. A little crossfield chip. Isaako catches it without anyone jumping against him. 5 from his own line, Isaako's tackled. 10 from the line, he's defending. About 4 minutes to the break. Dolphins lead it 3 tries to 1. It's 18-6 in favour of the Finns. Quentin Hull, Billy Moore and Zane Bojack with you on Thursday night footy for ABC Sport. Down the middle third. Gain there from Fahu up to the 30. Given to Kerr. Kerr just leans his way into the defence. The bench forward, no great game. 15 inside Dolphins territory. Plays it to Graham. Given left through Donahue to Averillo. He puts Liverello into the backfield. Over halfway. Draws the fullback. Gives it to Tabi Waifito. And once again, the right edge of the Cowboys. Absolutely blitzed. The Hammers got a double. The Finns score a 4th first half try. 22-6 kick to come. Was there anything wonderful about that left side shift, Billy? It's wonderful for Finns fans because it is futile ground out there when the Finns shift it left.
Oh, it's
fertile ground. Did I say futile? I meant fertile.
Let's say flimsy. It's as flimsy as the West Indian batting lineup. It was absolutely stock standard play by the Finns, and they know that's where they can continue to go, and it reaps reward every time they go down that left-hand side. Their left, the right-hand side of the Cowboys. Just poor defence. There's no talk inside or out, and they're all at sea. Labour, who last week had a good game in attack, but defensively he is really struggling. Obviously his inside players aren't helping him as well, but that's the lead that the Finns have earned to take in at half time, and that's a comprehensive lead. If they put this 2 over, that means they're 18 in front with 2 minutes to go in this first half.
And if you're a Cowboys fan, you're disappointed by the fact that the 2 players that set up that try and scored it are 2 former Cowboys in the Hammer, so Tabuai-Fidow and also Conley Lemuelu. So you're looking at it and you're thinking, well, this game might be just about gone at half-time Q if this goes over.
Isaako, no angle, no problem. Flags raised. Jermaine Isaako, 4 from 5 off the kicking tee tonight. And the Dolphins lead the Cowboys 24 points to 6. A little under 2 minutes left in the first half. Around the grounds in the AFL, Essendon's finally kicked a goal. Giants on top there, second quarter. GWS 8-1-49 lead Essendon 1-8-14. Yeah, Paul in Wollongong, as ever, helping me out. He goes, "Hi Q, you mean no resistance makes it fertile?" Yeah, I got a little tangled up out there, didn't I? A bit like the understanding, but my brain and tongue was a bit like Paolo and Labert out there, just not working together right.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And the end result is not what you want, but the Dolphins come in with the second best attack of any team in the competition, averaging 28 points a game. They're about to finish their first half, and they're only 4 off that.
This is where they've got that, I reckon they've got their tails up, dare I say it. Oh, and what's more, he called Peter Goff again, Zano? And he's picked up another incorrect play the ball from Connolly Lemu-Elu. And instead of just giving the whistle, he also gives a tutorial as to how to play the football.
That's 2 in a row. That's very poor play by the Finns. Nitpicking by Peter Goff. Yeah, but he's sticking to the rules.
Well, this keeps the Cowboys a valuable 60 seconds to have a crack at the Finns line before half-time. First carry taken by Hess, 15 now. Now Dearden to the right, gives to Drinkwater. On to Labert. A little in and away on Farnworth. Farnworth, though, makes the tackle with some help with Naufahu out on that edge. Played to Bolo. Passes infield to Drinkwater. Given to Dearden, who serves the straightening run of Hess. Stopped the dozen out. Played to Robson. Given left for Dearden at the line. Passes Purdue. Dummy and straightened from Jackson. Purdue into the in-goal area, but 3 Dolphins defenders around him to hold him up.
Well, they're getting close here, the Cowboys. It'll be a shot in the arm if they can score. They've got 22 seconds to go. Tackle 4.
By the way, Cohen has failed to put his foot on the ball the last 2 times he's played it. Anyway, play on.
And they didn't ping him. Yep, Robson to the right. Dearden to Drinkwater. Drinkwater grubbers. Young Naufahu was there and not mucking around. He taps it dead. So the Dolphins see it dead. And that'll be the last action of the half.
Good play by Naufahu. Just kill it off. There's no worry about no drop out. That's a big relief for the Finns, because had the Cowboys scored then, it would have really given them impetus going into half-time. Right now, it's a big bridge they've got to build in the second half, Q.
24 points to 6. Hooter sounds in the background. Players will go to the sheds and get a bit of rest and take the message from the coaching team. But, gee, it's going to be a tough one to hear for the Cowboys, with the Dolphins scoring 4 tries to 1 in the opening half. The Hammer with a double. So both of them are pretty simple left side shifts where they got into the backfield and Hammer was backing up on the inside. So make it 17 tries in club football plus that double in Origin 2 for the Hammer. He's up to 19 tries across NRL and Origin football for the season.
Exceptional quality. He just has the ability to know just where to be, and that's what all good fullbacks should always have.
Averillo and Keeley, the other try scorers. Isaako's converted all bar one of the conversions, but he kicked a penalty goal as well. So 4 goals from 5 attempts for Isaako. Dolphins 24. The Cowboys 6 points coming 8 minutes in when Murray Taulungi scored untouched on a left side shift. Scotty Drinkwater with the conversion. So the Finns, well, they put, 58 on the Cowboys when they played up in Townsville back in round 15. Is there any way back for the Cowboys, Billy Moore? Half-time, 24-6 to the locals.
Well, they're going to be the first to score in the second half, and that actually is the easy bit. The hard bit is they've got to fix their defence. The worst in the comp, and you can see why. It's atrocious, Q. There is zero resilience. There's zero ability to defend your mistakes, and right now the Finns, they're like sharks. They can smell blood in the water. They know exactly where to go. They're heading down their left-hand side. Averillo's playing 5'8". He heads down that way. The Hammer drifts over there. Farnworth's there. Wow, you're in trouble. And we've just seen them tear the Cowboys apart.
I'm going to read you 2 texts. Which is closer to the mark? I'll start with the disgruntled Cowboys fan. Joy texts, "This is a rubbish game. Cowboys pay Tomalolo out. He's hardly played a game since he got the big money. Get good players. This is ridiculous to watch. Fair dinkum." Texts Joy on 0467 920 222. Or TB, who texts, "How good are the Dolphins, boys? Almost as good as the Stanley River Wolves, making my trip home from training enjoyable." Cheers. Good on you, TB. Thank you. 0467 920 222. The forever question to our expert. How good the team in front, how bad the team trailing?
The team trailing actually are a bit of disappointment. Probably nearly the most disappointing side of the year. Their roster's good. They've lost their way. And to me, you always hear me talk about defence is a window into the culture of a club. They've got the worst defence in the comp by a margin, and I've seen why firsthand. There's a serious question to be asked about what's going on in Townsville. In relation to the Finns, yeah, they're going good. For a side that's lost so many players, their injuries list, the people who are not on that field for the Finns, is a lot longer than what the Cowboys have got. So you've got to frame that up.
Yeah, let's hit a few of them. So Clifford out in the playmaking role for the Cowboys. No McLean, no Tamalolo, so the experienced forwards aren't there. Young McIntyre, who I think's had a really good year, he's not there at the moment. Bateman not playing. And of course the long-term injuries are Lukey and Chester. Even Valamay and Vailea, you can make a case that they'd be around the top, the top 17 anyway. But for the Finns, it's Flegler, it's Gilbert, it's Plath, it's Dan Saifidi, it's Bostock, it's Kalfusi, it's Nichols, it's Nikarima, it's Fino Fuiaki. I mean, they're guys. They're just in their best 17 when they're fully fit, yet the Finns have put 4 tries to 1 on them in the first half.
And that's another thing that I often talk about. It's not who you haven't got, it's who you have got. And right now, the haves inside that Finns team are absolutely blowing what's on the park for the Cowboys.
And can I ask you this? The other thing about it, forget the names. We've seen those tries well constructed from the Dolphins. Even close to the line, the little crash over from Keeley was a well-manufactured play, again off young Katoa. But then pretty simple, they've gone out to the left where the attacking left, where they see that they think they've got the number of the Cowboys. So they put it out there and a couple of, hands are true, run the right line. It's, it shows that they're a team that turn up knowing what the man left and right of them is going to do, the Dolphins. And I don't know whether we can say that of the Cowboys.
The Cowboys to me look like, and we've seen a few times, they lose their way. You've called a couple of times where they look erratic inside the attacking 20 at times, and then other times they look okay. But that Rocks and Diamonds approach is not good enough at first grade level. And you've got to remember too, the Finns burnt a big opportunity where they haven't put it down. So there should be another 6 points in there.
Thanks, Billy. You can continue to have your thoughts on 0467 920 222. Dolphins 24, Cowboys 6 at halftime. The Mitchell Machinery boys are driving through a rain bomb near Moree. Stay safe, boys. They're captivated by the coverage. Thank you. Wes from Kyogle listening to the footy with the dogs, loving the call. Thank you. Chrissy's in Hobart. She's lying in her nice warm bed listening to the footy.
Be nice and cool there.
Down in Hobart. Oh, it depends how thick your doona is.
True.
You got the radio on listening to the footy.
Electric blanket, water bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Do people still have those? I had them in Wollongara.
Yeah, electric bottle. Yeah.
Water bottle.
You've got to be careful with the water bottle with the electric blanket, though. You've got to make sure it's very well sealed. 0467 920 222 to get in touch. Halftime in the AFL, Greater Western Sydney 8-3-51 lead Essendon 1-8-14 here. Dolphins 24, Cowboys 6. More of Thursday night footy from the Cauldron coming your way after a trip to the ABC newsroom.
ABC News with Satyam Weinstein. Some economists say they're still expecting at least another 2 interest rate cuts this year, despite the latest unemployment data showing signs that the labour market is slowing. The unemployment rate rose from 4.3% in June, up from 4.1% in May, with just 2,000 new positions created. It's one of the key pieces of data that the Reserve Bank will assess when it considers its next interest rate decision in August. ANZ senior economist Adelaide Trimble says it's very likely the RBA will cut the cash rate despite the rise in unemployment.
Are currently forecasting August and November for the 2 next rate cuts. This unemployment rate probably at the margins creates further support for an August rate cut.
Advocates have met at Parliament House in Canberra to address the rise of artificial intelligence being used to sexually exploit children. A 2023 Graphica report found 34 non-consensual explicit generative AI tools garnered more than 24 million unique visits. The spread of AI-generated material is also diverting police resources from investigations involving real victims. Former Australian of the Year Grace Tame says the tools available to authorities are extremely limited.
There are other jurisdictions around the globe that are empowered with victim identification tools that expedite the process of investigations, that are able to rescue children far quicker than we can here in Australia because we're limited with what tools law enforcement can actually use in those processes.
A board member of the Adas Israel Synagogue in Melbourne says he hopes a breakthrough in the investigation into last year's arson attack can help ease tensions in the community. Counter-terrorism police have made their first arrest, charging a 20-year-old man over the theft of a car allegedly used by arsonists during the attack in December. Board member Benjamin Klein says many in the community still feel unsafe.
It's important to ensure that other people out there see that's not how you can behave in Australia and there's consequences for your behaviour. It's important on a lot of different levels, and I think to be able to make arrests and to find out the perpetrators behind it and the reasons why they did this, and that hopefully will quash some hatred in the community.
It's unclear whether anyone's been killed in an Israeli attack on Gaza's only Catholic church. Sarah Amir has the story.
Doctors at the Al Ahli hospital in Gaza City say 2 women have been killed and several others are injured following the Israeli strike on the Holy Family Church, while the Latin Patriarchate of Jerusalem, which oversees the church, has released a statement saying it's yet to confirm any fatalities. What is confirmed is that the attack injured parish priest Father Gabriele Romanelli, who used to regularly update the late Pope Francis about the war. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni says Israeli attacks against the civilian population are unacceptable. The Israeli military says it's looking into the reports.
The Tasmanian Greens is calling on the AFL to visit Tasmania and discuss the Hobart Stadium issue with locals. Leader Rosalie Woodruff says they've sent AFL CEO Andrew Dillon a plane ticket so he can visit the state this weekend. She says the experience would make him realise the money earmarked for the controversial Macquarie Point Stadium would be better spent elsewhere.
There'll be thousands of Tasmanians out in their droves on election day, and Andrew Dillon will get the opportunity to have a chat with people real time and to hear their concerns about the stadium and why they want the money spent on health and housing instead.
The AFL's been contacted for comment. Researchers say they've been shocked by the findings of a study of bearded dragons that involved fitting them with tiny backpacks to monitor their movements. The Melbourne University team spent a year in the Australian outback fitting the lizards with custom-made hand-sewn backpacks containing fitness trackers. Ecologist Dr. Christopher Wild says the results comparing fast lizards to slow ones were surprising.
Kind of flips things on its head. Faster animals didn't have a better chance of survival, so it's the opposite. So you'd think a small little lizard might be like a cheeseburger for, say, a big bird, so they must be fast, right? The ones that are surviving are actually slower.
Australian cricketer Scott Boland has moved inside the top 10 rankings for Test bowlers, with the veteran paceman progressing into a career-best 6th position. The 36-year-old became the first Australian man in 15 years to claim a Test hat-trick during his team's 176-run win over the West Indies in Jamaica. Boland becomes one of 5 Australians on the list, joining Pat Cummins, Josh Hazlewood, Nathan Lyon and Mitchell Stark. You're up to date with ABC News.
ABC Listen. Keeping bored parents busy is easy with the ABC Listen app. Then we can listen to our stuff, like Bluey Listen Along and all new Dino Derby. Hear it all now on the ABC Listen app.
Rugby Union's greatest tour is here. ABC Sport has all the live action of every British and Irish Lions game in Australia. Look for the Sports Extra button on the ABC Listen app.
ABC Sports coverage of the 2025 NRL Premiership.
Marshall King passes right to Donahue, to Katoa. Beautiful ball, puts Keeley in. He crashes through a couple of tackles, Oren Keeley. And the Finns get their first look at the in-goal they're attacking, and they take 4 points away from it. Laban plays it 5 out, back to left and centre field, through Dearden, through Edwards, out to the left. Given from Drinkwater, beautiful pass, Taulagi puts him in without a Finn's hand laid on him. Drinkwater on to Laban, whose pass, it came off the boot of Balor, unintentionally into the hands of Averillo, who's caught it and scooting 90 metres to score at the other end. Blindside, Averillo to the hammer, on to Barnworth over halfway. Kirby with 30 to go, hammers in field, put down the glasses. Hamaso, Tabuai Fido charges into the southern end goal and scores another Dolphins try. Averillo, he puts Limuello into the backfield, over halfway, draws the fullback, gives it to Tabuai Fido, and once again the right edge of the Cowboys absolutely blitzed. The Hammers got a double.
The 2025 NRL Premiership.
On your radio, ABC Sport Digital Radio.
And on the ABC Listen app.
Welcome back to the Cauldron for Thursday night footy on ABC Sport. It's the round 20 opener of the 2025 NRL season. Quentin Hull is my name. I'm calling alongside former Australian representative Billy Moore. Zane Bojack down on the touchline, and it's the Dolphins leading the Cowboys 24 points to 6 at halftime. Couple of excellent left side shifts from the Dolphins in that first half, really exposing that right edge defence of the Cowboys. The Hammers got 2 tries, Averillo and Keeley the others. Murray Taulagi the only try scorer for North Queensland. A Cowboys team that's only won 6 games this season. They've got 1 draw as well, but they've won only once in their last 6 weeks. They're pushing it uphill to stay relevant in the back end of 2025, and they're in strife here. While for the Finns, huge injury ward, but if they win tonight, they'll be back to a 50-50 win-loss record with a bye next week. The Finns 8 wins, 9 losses, having been beaten by the Sharks last week. Whistle sounds from referee Peter Goff. Perfect timing to get things underway for the second half. Dolphins kick off, Dearden with the catch given to Hess, and Cohen Hess with the first play of the second half of the kick return, about 15 metres from the Caxton Street in goal that the Cowboys are defending in this second half. So they're attacking the right of your radio dial as you look at it from the western side of the field, which is where we call from. Also happens to be the same side as the TV pictures. So if you've got the pictures on mute, listening to us, good on you. Neem to the 30, Cotter up to the 40. As I'm making a couple of extra metres for Cotter. A few post contact there, taken 5 from halfway. Played to Robson, past Brighton, infield to Taulagi. Murray Taulagi put on his back, gets 5 inside attacking territory before the ref calls 5. Last play of the opening half of the opening set of the second half. Drinkwater with a kick downfield. It's caught comfortably by the Dolphins, and they'll start this set 10 from their own line. Zane Bojack taking position back on the sideline after hearing what's gone on in the rooms at halftime. What have you got for us, Zano, as the Dolphins get to the 20?
Well, no surprise, Todd Payton was concerned about that right side defence. He said, you've got to sort it out, guys. You've got to sort it out quickly, otherwise we're going to get flogged in this game. He also said Thomas McKaylee's in doubt for coming back. If it's a tight game, then he might be a chance of coming back. As Big Kerr goes for a big charge in the middle of the field, Q. As for the Dolphins, perfect. He was really happy, Christian Wolf, but he did say they've got to work harder to try and defend Hammer at the back, particularly with the big kicks. He feels like they're not supporting him enough, particularly with Dearden's kicking game.
Thank you, Zano. End of the set from the Dolphins. Katoa from inside his own half, kicks downfield. Caught by Drinkwater, defensive right quarter, 10 from his own line, flings the pass. Infield to Taulagi, running laterally, then pops it up. Barlaw runs infield, but runs into the defence, and they push him back, young Barlaw. He's only going to be 5 from his own line after Stone and others got a hold of him there. So the Cowboys deep on their own line at the northern end. One man infield. No great game there for North Queensland. Now Taulagi onto the left edge. He's 20 from the line. He's defending Murray Taulagi, but can't get through to defence. Slow to play the ball as well. Eventually plays it to Drinkwater. Give it on to Lawton. He's got a big bit of black tape around his forehead. Taken 30 from the line he's defending. Out of dummy half. Robson with a dummy and give to Neem keeps it alive with a pop pass to Hess, but Hess has eventually grasped centre of the park on 5. Last play here for North Queensland. It's a bit messy in the ruck. Ref lets it go. Robson passes to Dearden. Kicks for distance. Just a shuffle backwards for Tabuai-Fidow to catch it a couple of metres from his own line. Decides to pass it infield to Isaako, who's going to be met by the defence, and the Dolphins will start this set 15 from their own line at the southern end.
Well, they're competing here at the moment, the Finns, by just pushing the ball around, just testing the integrity of that defensive line. It's a great little short ball.
Averillo off his knees, popped it to Lemuelu, gives it to the hammer to halfway. 40, 30, 20, fullback in his sights, bashes through Drinkwater once. Drinkwater comes a second time to knock him down. Only 8 metres out. Averillo literally passing it off his knees to keep that alive. Wavy fisty as well. 6 more. Lemuelu infield taking a metre out. Now to the right. Katoa gives it on to Averillo. Passes to the straightener of Stone. And Ray Stone has tackled only 7 metres from the Cowboys goal line. Cotter with a little push there. Not penalised. To the right. Averillo's pass is knocked forward by Taulagi. It went back to Averillo. Play on. 6 more. Averillo runs laterally. Gives it on to Kerr. Play on. Gave it back to Averillo. On to Katoa. Trying to weave his way through. He's taken down only 2 metres out. He was like a moped in the Italian lanes, finding a way through there. Now to the right. Donahue, who's got the headgear on, pops it up for Keeley. Keeley lateral across the 10. Now straightens. Dragged down by Nene and Dearden. 10 to the left of the uprights. 5 metres out. Blind side. It's Graham trying to defeat a crash ball runner who can't get through. Robson there to make the tackle on Lemuelu. So he goes himself this time. He's got there, Harrison Graham. From dummy half, he sort of looked right. Burrows hard next to the markers. Gets in, and the Finns score the opening try of the second half to extend their lead. Harrison Graham with the try. Dolphins 28, North Queensland 6.
I mentioned about the Finns. They've started by testing the integrity of the defensive line of the Cowboys, and they opened them up with a magnificent passage of play. And in the end, it was something so simple, Q, when you've got so much firepower in the attacking area, you often forget that you've got to tackle the ball sometimes around the dummy half, and that was so simple. The replacement hooker, young Harrison Graham, has come on, number 14, and excitedly, he read it beautifully. He's able to jump in right beside the play the ball. Terrible defence by the Cowboys, and that to me is good night for tonight's proceedings. But you just feel like there's so much more in this Finns attacking machine to see. It's exciting to watch. They do light this competition up like no other side. They are great to watch in full flight.
Harrison Graham's second try of the season. Still a young man coming through, just his 11th game in the top grade. Slight angle left for Isaako, 18 metres out. True strike on the right boot, raises the flags. He's 5 from 6, Jermaine Isaako. The Dolphins 30, the Cowboys 6.
Still only a young player too, Harrison Graham, 23 years of age, born in Lismore, out of the Ballina system. Could easily have been playing for the Titans, but I think that's one of the questions you'll be talking about down the road, their retention and recruitment. Now he's playing for the Dolphins, and he looks like he's a real fixture as a backup to Jeremy Marshall-King. So they've got 2 effective dummy halves. And look, I want to give credit to the fullback and Scotty Drinkwater. I bag him a lot for his defence. A good tackle on the hammer, but they just couldn't hold out the repeat sets, Q.
Purdue with a restart, taken on the goal line by Taffa, given on to Kerr, and he's tackled 15 from the southern in-goal area. Quentin Hull, Billy Moore and Zane Bojack with you. Lemuelu to the 20. It's Thursday night footy on ABC Sport. You can get in touch on 0467 920 222. Try scorer Graham gives it on to Stone, runs down the middle third. And that's the thing that you get from these Dolphins. Stone, Kerr and Graham off the bench, they still add. They might not be getting a game had the squad been fully fit, but boy, they're making their opportunity a real audition. Right edge, Keeley to halfway. Now Katoa, gives it on. Fine through a hole to the 20, to the 10. Isaako on his right shoulder. Isaako scores in the corner. That's horrible from the Cowboys.
I can tell the way you called that, Q. You were totally despondent in the lack of effort there by the Cowboys. That left-hand side, there was more than enough defenders to handle what Katoa took down the short side. He went there, you think, oh, there's a bit of fool's gold down there. Well, there wasn't. It was absolutely high-quality gold. And why? Because a complete misread by the defensive line. There should not have been a hole there, but there was. Great work by the Finns, finished off by Isaako. Averillo, I think, is one. He's punched his nose through that, is it?
Max Fino.
Great work. And obviously then positioned his wing up to finish off. A great movement. There's another cricket score on the way here.
Well, they're putting on some nice tries, the Dolphins. But
no, don't sugarcoat it.
Well, there's some one-on-one misses, Isaako. You go for it.
It's ridiculous. Honestly, they've conceded 200 in the last 6 games. They can talk to me all they like, the officials, and say, oh, they're playing for Todd, and that, you know, that the connectivity's there, and that they're playing for their coach. They've got to do something with the defence. This is embarrassing. If you're a Cowboys fan up in North Queensland, I'm so sorry. This is just depressing being here watching it. As a football fan, I'm liking it from a Queensland perspective. The Dolphins are playing well, but this is terrible football from the Cowboys.
Azana, you'll like this text from Nigel in Cairns. He says, Cowboys are terrible and getting worse. Sorry, guys. I'm switching over to the tour. Why not watch, you know?
I don't blame him.
Watch the French countryside to try and calm you.
Yeah, try and calm the nerves.
Yeah. Did they have a night off last night? No, it was 2 nights. Yeah, it did, last night. Just as well it wasn't last night.
50 last time, 58 as Isaako comes in.
From out on the right, missed it across the face. Isaako 5 from 7. Score line remains 34-6.
Actually, Zano, who's the defensive coach at the Cowboys?
Justin Morgan.
Well,
Joy's gone. Joy from Ipswich. Come on, Joy, we love you, but she's texted. Good night, boys. I'm turning off. Can't watch this disgusting game. I'll come back tomorrow. Oof.
Well, they're not.
It's hard to disagree with you at the moment.
They're not defending for each other, you're right. That was a very poor read on the left-hand side. But we've ripped into the right-hand side as well, so...
They were much better last week against Canterbury Bankstown.
They were fantastic.
Yeah.
And I know that was at home. Does that sort of frame up how good the Dogs are? I don't know. But anyway, let's just see how this finishes off, because it's exciting, and Ray Stone brings it back fearlessly. There's some more points in this match to go, Q.
31 and a half minutes to go. In fact, 34-6 the scoreline in favour of the Dolphins. And what was it, 6 weeks ago when they won 58-4 in Townsville? So my maths is not good enough to do those numbers quickly enough, because I've got to call the footy. Here's Lemuelu down the left edge, taking 10 inside his own half. 20 in from touch on the western side. We'll play the ball there to Graham. The blonde-headed dummy half gives it to the helmeted lock forward Donahue. Taken a couple of metres inside Finn's territory. Graham passes right for Katoa. Katoa kicks right, footed and deep downfield. Caught by Taulagi, defensive left corner. Nice kick return from Taulagi, almost up to the 30. Hey Zano, how about I go with this one? Let's hope that this is the only time this weekend a team with red playing strip and white numbers is scoring tries at will. We don't want that in 2 nights' time, do we?
I'm with you on that one, Q, as Purdue runs through the middle. They're talking about the and of course it knocks on. Just remember
the Cowboys,
Achilles heel as well. They keep making errors. A lot of pats on the shoulder from all the Dolphins, but they've got to fire up here, the Cowboys. They've got to show some heart. They've got to show some courage, some bravery.
Well, Zano, they've got 4 current Queenslanders in that team. So it's not like it's a mug side.
So they being Dearden, Cotter, Nane, and, well, Taulagi didn't play because he was injured. No, Robson's not a Queenslander, he's a New South Wales.
No, but you said Origin, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said Queenslanders, didn't you?
Oh, it's all Queensland.
Shield's not enough, claiming them from everywhere.
Redcliffe's in Queensland, Q.
Yeah, but it is. You're right. For now. Here goes Stone down the middle third. 35 metres out from the Cowboys line. Again, the Dolphins. Can the Cowboys hold them out? Graham to the left. Katoa to Tabuai Fido. Inside line to Farnworth. He gets an offload away on the 30. Second phase here for Graham. Graham's tackled though by Nene and Lawton. And the ball will be played 23 metres out. Hammer it, distributor, passes to Donahue. Outside in play down the middle, third Kerr. Taken down, good tackle by Lawton. 15 out, quick play the ball. Graham passes left for Katoa. Cut out, beats everyone. He cuts out everyone. It went behind, in front of Farnworth and behind young Nafahu out on that edge. And over the touchline. So that's a muck up, playing with a bit of, as you know, Zano, as they'd say in the game, you're playing with theirs. That was that kind of, bet you'd have in race 8, but you wouldn't have if you weren't in front.
I've got to be honest with you, Q. There's 3 tries that the Dolphins have missed. Purely and simply, if they'd gone through the hands instead of trying the cut-out pass, they would have scored. Let's see if the Cowboys can put together a set and put a good kick on the end of it.
The early Cowboys had enough too. Hi, ABC crew. I've gone to the tour as well. Very disappointed. Come on, guys, stick with us. Penalty to the Cowboys here. They got to halfway, and now there's concern in the tackle for young Jackson Barlow, but he gets picked up. He's okay. Penalty Cowboys, right on halfway, so they'll get a chance here. 34 points to 6. If you've just tuned in, Cowboys did answer the opening try to Keeley with Taulagi 8 minutes in.
And he's on report too, Oren Keeley, for the tackle underneath the knee. Q, he's come in and buckled the ball runner there, and I think he might be in a bit of trouble.
The old cannonballer.
Yeah, it's probably warranted. He didn't need to come in. The one good thing about it was the ball carrier didn't actually suffer any injury off the back of it.
Andy and Tam are in Greece, and they text, the Cowboys are making us the most stressful we've been on our holiday. Well, you're in Greece tuning in, thank you. Can they score a try for you here? Cowboys on the attack, Dearden to the right, Drinkwater given on to Nene, loses the ball! Taken by the Hammer, gives an exquisite offload to Averillo, who's dragged down from behind, and just as well, Barlow got onto his shorts there, or he was away, Averillo. Was that play 2 or play 3 they lost it? Now Kerr gives to Farnworth, to Donahue, right edge overlap. Katoa gives it through Fine to Isaako, up to the 30, steps Purdue, passes infield, misses the Hammer. Purdue picks it up, but there was a offside play penalty to the Dolphins.
It's pretty to watch. The Finns in full flight. When they're in that mindset, it's the best side to watch in the competition. I'm loving the late offloads on multiple occasions there. The Hammer, Farnworth and Co. It's just beautiful to watch.
How good are they turning defence into attack, Billy? The counter-attack from the Dolphins is unbelievable.
It's electric.
And they keep turning up for each other. They are, for a team that has so many of its first-choice players out, the connection and understanding is first-rate from Christian Wolfsman. Now they're on the attack again, the Dolphins. Settling hit up from Kerr. Tackled 6 metres out. Dummy half as Marshall King has a little scoot himself, but Robson's there to make the tackle. Marshall King to play it 3 metres out centre park. Shifted left. Katoa pops it up for Lemuelu infield. Read by Lawton. Lawton makes the tackle with some help from Nene. Played by Lemuelu. Marshall King passes right. Donahue. Katoa. Right edge. Hammer on to Fine. They squish him. The door's closed. That was the ooh and the ah. Taulagi along with Burns make the tackle out on the defensive left. Back to the centre of the field for Katoa's kick at the end of the set. A little chip. Farnworth taps it down. Averillo grabs it, gives it to Lemuelu, who gets low and scores another try for the Dolphins. I think.
No, held up great key.
I think he got it down before.
No, it was great.
He got turtled.
Goff was perfectly placed to see that. And Lemuelu took them on, head down. He thought he was going to be able to get there. Great work by the
Labour, who's hurt.
Labour.
Yeah.
And he also did come in to help out. Great defence to save the day.
Mikey from Bendigo, one of our long-term favourites. He's like, Q, Billy and Zane, to balance things up, I've switched over from the AFL, because that's even worse. The Giants 8-3-51 to Essendon 2-8-20. I'll make it 9-4-58. The Giants doing a number on the injury-depleted Bombers. Call available on the Listen app. Thanks, Mikey. Nice to have you with us. As the Cowboys working their way upfield on the 30. Dearden to the right. Through the hands, Drinkwater to Nene. Onto the right edge there, but no way through for the Cowboys. Farnworth up in the face of Jackson Barlow to make the tackle. Barlow a couple of metres in from the western touchline just inside his own half. Back to left and centre field. From Dearden to Drinkwater to Purdue and then jamming in. Great defence from Fionney to make the hit there on the run from O'Donnell. Left side shift from the Cowboys. Over halfway, Taulungi. Little kick infield from Taulungi. The bounce evades a couple before Cotter takes it. Still the last play. He's driven into the deck. He'll have to hand it over. No, hold on.
Yeah, penalty taken out.
Penalty goes to North Queensland.
Yeah, he played advantage. Good work there by Peter Goff doing that. But this now gives the Cowboys a real serious chance. Back-to-back 6 sets of 6. Quite enterprising play for a team that's been blown off the park the majority of this match.
So Lawton with a straightening hit up for the Cowboys. 15 metres out. There's 25 minutes left in the game. Dolphins lead 34-6. Dearden gives it on to Lars. Young Caden Lars in just his 4th game. He takes the hit up, taken 11 metres out. To the left, Purdue gives it to Dearden. Holds it, gives it. Nice lick hands. Taulungi for the corner, gets put over by the pass of Burns. Catch and give. Nice slick movement from Burns to his left. And Murray Taulungi gives the Cowboys fans some joy with a try. It's his 2nd of the night. 34-10. Kick to come. Oh, hold on. Just
hamstring.
Zano. Murray Taulungi is feeling at the back of his left leg after that try.
That'd be just what the Cowboys need. He's already missed half the season with injury, and he's done well with the games that he's played too.
He's limping.
Yeah, he's in trouble here.
He's got 12 tries, but yeah, he's really struggling, isn't he? Training Steve Sartori's there with him.
And that's the rocks and diamonds of the Cowboys for 2025.
I love Dearden working in tandem with Purdue. That really helped them there, Billy.
Yeah, that was perfect play, Zano. It was great to watch. And you could see that building. The
Drinkwater from the touchline.
Wow.
Converts.
There you go.
2 from 2, 34-12. Murray Taulungi's no chance of playing the rest of this game, though. He's gone, Zane.
Yeah, he's coming off, and you can just see how upset he is with himself. And that's the problem with the Cowboys. What are they going to do? Switch Purdue out into the centres and maybe put someone like Edwards or someone into the halves. I don't know. I mean, they're struggling, aren't they?
So he's world class, Taulungi, so that's a shame to see him.
Left hamstring injury off the back of what's been mainly knee issues throughout.
Yeah, and obviously the body's still a bit out of sync, probably the biomechanics of it all. But that's why you can feel a building for 3 sets there, and you thought, wow, they're on song here, but. For so much of this match, they've been poor in attack, disgraceful in defence, and blown off the park by the Finns.
Restart from Isaako. Hits the deck before being gathered on the half volley by Dearden. Given to young Lars. So get used to these guys, Billy. There's the blonde brigade of Dearden and Neem and Lars, young Caden Lars, up to the 20 with the first carry. Now Harry Edwards for North Queensland.
He's only 19, I think, Lars.
Yep, that's right. And indeed, the son thereof of Tommy Leroy Lars, who played for predominantly Canberra, but also spent a bit of time at Brisbane and Melbourne. 19 years of age, Caden Lars, now out in the left edge. Played here by O'Donnell on his own 30. To the right, through Cotter to Dearden, on to Lawton, who's met by the tackle of Averillo and stopped. Lemuelu helps out. Lawton plays it, 15 inside Cowboys territory. Blind side and right. Dearden gets through the tackle of Donahue, but can't get through Farnworth. Kirby there to wrap up the Cowboys co-captain. Last play, North Queensland, 45 out in the right. Robson passes infield for a Drinkwater bomb. It will come down about 20 out. Caught unchallenged by Isaako. Gives a little pass to Fionney. Tries to put the step on the left edge defence of the Cowboys, but can't get through. Max Fionney tackled, 15 in from touch on the right and 15 inside his own half. 22 minutes to go. Dolphins 34, Cowboys 12. Thursday night footy on ABC Sport. Here's the Finns. Turn from their own, from halfway. Peter Holler, the ex-Cowboys out there. On debut for the mob from Redcliffe. Peter Holler with a new jersey to put in his closet. Plays it on halfway.
Signed by the Newcastle Knights too, Q-Man.
Yeah, he's racking them up. Now Donahue, 42 out, plays it. Katoa to the left to Averillo. Inside line, Lemu Elu. A little juggle, but he gathers it. Tackled down low by Lawton and up top by Dearden. Last play for the locals. 32 metres from the Cowboys line. Katoa with a midfield bomb. Will come down a dozen metres out. Hammer leaps him out. Catches Drinkwater. Last play. Numbers to the right if they can get it there. Oh, he passed it to Keeley. Keeley couldn't get it to the edge. He flops it out the back infield, having been tackled. Jumped on by the Cowboys. And that's a let-off for North Queensland. There was a three-man overlap on the right. Lawton's got the ball. I think he's okay. He's tackled 25 from his own line.
They currently have the second best for and against in the comp. They're behind the Storm, who are well in front by 70 points. But the differentials are going to be important as we go further down the race for the final spot. So they want to score a few more, I imagine, the Finns.
Came in with a differential of plus 150. Cowboys was minus 144.
Ouch.
And getting Awia, which is not a word. But this has been, what do we got? 20 minutes to go in this one. It seems like the contest is dead already. Edwards plays it on halfway. Cowboys need a couple of tries. Drinkwater to the right, gives it to Labert. Tries to step in field, but Farnworth won't let him get through. Labert plays the ball. 35 out, 15 in from the right. Back to the blind side, right goes Dearden. Gets under a high tackle from Lemu Elu. It's okay, says the referee. And eventually he stopped. 25 out. Last play, Drinkwater with a bomb to the in-goal area. And Isaako's underneath it. It's caught by Fina on the full. Referee's going to, I think, call a dropout.
No try here, Pace. Just confirming the knock-on by the Cowboys. That there's no interference on the initial catch.
Well, then Nate's playing out in the centre's queue, and that was a good kick for him because we know he's so good in the air. And Braden Burns is playing outside him to cover for Taulungi.
Play's been cleared up to this point.
Casey Badger in the bunker, and then A with the
Clean
lead.
contest for the ball, and the ball is knocked on in the in goals by Jeremiah Nanai. We have a decision.
Yeah, you want Nene one-on-one with anybody. He's dynamite in the air for a back row. He's got a freaky ability to win the contest in the air. But this now puts the Dolphins ball in hand, 7 tackle set. They will be on attack for the vast majority of this set of 7.
Ron's listening from Beaconsfield. Thank you for your kind thoughts. 0467 920 222. 20 minutes to go in the game. Dolphins lead 34-12. Thursday night footy on ABC Sport. Donahue with the carry for the Finns. Taken down a couple of metres inside his own half. He has been a player that has got much better this year. Kurt Donahue really finding a role in that middle mobile forwards zone. Holler with a good run. Gains 8 metres. Plays at 42 from the Cowboys line. Dolphins on the attack again. Katoa to the left. Averillo on the hammer. Slips through Lawton, but tackle is completed by Dearden. 35 out in the left. Marshall King passes right and infield to Averillo. Back to the blind side left. Given to Katoa. Onto Lemu Elu. He's taken down. Finally, Lemu Elu, the ex-Cowboy stop. 28 metres out in the left. Last play for the boys from Redcliffe. Katoa with a shallow kick in behind the line. Farnworth knocks it on. There was no one around him. Herbie. He had a leap, he had a fumble, and it's cleaned up by the Cowboys. And Cotter's there to clean up the mess. North Queensland with it on their own 10.
He's probably thinking what he was going to do when he caught the ball, because as you said, he knew he wasn't going to be in the contest. I think he got one step in front of himself.
2 tries to 1 in the second half for the Dolphins. They led 24-6 at half-time. Currently it's 34-12. 18 and a half minutes to go. Thursday night footy on ABC Sport. Nice little offload here. Puts Purdue away. O'Donnell pops it up. Purdue comes to the hammer. Drinkwater backing up. Cowboys score from inside their own half. That's what the game needed. And it was a little offload from Kai O'Donnell to keep it alive, which caught the Dolphins' defence napping. And Scott Drinkwater's on the end of it. That's back-to-back tries for the Cowboys, and just as well. 34 points to 16. Kick to come.
Yeah, that offload was the money ball. Everyone thought the play was dead, except Purdue, who was out the back, said, give it to me. He received the pass and then took the hammer on, and all of a sudden, as we see the conversion come in,
Drinkwater raises the flags, 34-18.
He came in and backed up brilliantly. He was just like fired out of a cannon. The way he was accelerated, and all of a sudden that put the hammer under enormous pressure. And they finished off well, the Cowboys. So what we thought was dead and buried. There's a big in the in-goal zone. There's a big talk going on with the Finns players. They can tell themselves there's more than enough time to get ourselves in trouble here. It'll be a penalty.
And can I say this? I've been calling for the Cowboys to have a go. Well, they're having a go, Billy. And the two fastest men on the field for them, and Drinkwater and Purdue, were able to back up that offload and put the ball over the line and give themselves a chance. I'm not going to say that they're going to win the game, but at least they're giving themselves half a chance. 16 points down with 17 minutes to go. If they can maintain possession and territory, you never know.
Well, one more try and this game lights up. There's plenty of time, 17.5 minutes.
So, let's see if the Cowboys can deliver and sort of get us back on edge. Everyone just took I certainly took a seat back. Caden Lars has tried an offload over the back of his head under defensive pressure, running the ball back out. That was interesting. Cotter luckily was there to grab it. He gets to the 10. So the Cowboys running it up from the Caxton Street end. Here's O'Donnell, whose little offload created that last try. O'Donnell to the 20, tackle. Played to Robson, given one man infield for Braden Burns. He's put down, midway goal line and halfway. Cowboys looking to keep this momentum going. They've scored the last two to the right. Dearden, Drinkwater through the hands of Labor to the edge, but good shifting defence from Farnworth again. Ensures that Jackson Barlaw can't get through. Plays the ball 10 from halfway. Infield from Dearden to Cotter. Ruben Cotter puts it under his wing. Takes a three-man tackle just a metre inside Cowboys territory. Last play of the set for North Queensland. Given to Purdue. Runs at the line. Passes left for Drinkwater. Shifted out the edge. Nene gives it out to the wing. Little grubber goes in behind the line. Kept the line by Drinkwater. Kicking infield. The bounce taken by Dearden. And Dearden scores! Under the dot! Anyone who's in France watching the bikes, tell them that they better come back to the footy. We had a few turn off. Well, the Cowboys have suddenly turned on. 3 tries in a row. 34-22. Kick to come from straight in front. It'll be 10 the difference, Billy. How has this happened?
Absolutely brilliant football. How it's happened is they've thrown caution to the wind, the Cowboys. The passes are sticking. There's some miraculous passes. And they are running with more intensity, and it's just been great to watch. The Finns have been caught off guard. Not that they haven't stopped attacking, but the defence is starting to leak. But the key element in all this comeback, Q, has been magnificent late offloads.
Hold on. Drinkwater is ready to kick this conversion, but Peter Goff won't let him, and he's getting concerned by the second that there might be something that is seen wrong with this. And we've seen, try confirmed. Drinkwater converts from straight in front. 34-6 a short time ago. Now 34-24. Taulagi, Drinkwater and Dearden with the tries. Bang, bang, bang. Cowboys. Now, 10 points the difference. 15 minutes to play.
Well, I said they needed one more try to light this game up. Well, it's a light. One more try, and we're seeing an absolute firestorm happen here from the boys from North Queensland. The Finns just have to get back into their groove. They've got to stop the offloading. That's the key. They stop the offloading, they'll be okay. But if they don't, at the moment, they're just throwing caution to the wind.
JT's excited down here, Q. All those North Queenslanders that are here, they're excited. There's an old Batman line. Don't touch those sets. Don't touch those dials. We've got a big 15 minutes coming up here.
Cowboys with the footy off the restart. And it's Neem up to the 10. Now Cotter, one out, down the middle third, up to the 20. Slow to his feet, Ruben Cotter plays at 20 in from the western side. Robson, a dummy half, given to Hess. So 3 rolls down the middle third. Hess stopped just short of the 30. Plays the ball to Robson. Cowboys working their way upfield. Purdue a little unsure of what was going on to his left, so he has to take the tackle, Jackson Purdue. And doesn't inside his own half. Played to Robson. Give it to Dearden. Runs at the line. Flat ball to Hess. Well read by Lemu Elu. Makes the tackle. Hess to play at 2 metres inside Cowboys territory. Last play of the set. It's a miss-hit left-footed bomb from Drinkwater. Doesn't gain much ground. Nearly hitting a nail in the head. He wasn't looking at the ball. And it sort of stopped and spun at his feet, and Katoa cleans it up for the Dolphins.
That was poor because it wasn't a bad set of 6. They didn't get too erratic and try to do something miraculous, but it was a poor kick. That's now given good field position back to the Finns.
Isaako wraps infield off that right wing to take a settling hit up in the middle of the field. Stop the meter inside his own territory. Played to Marshall King. Didn't play it properly.
Third time.
Penalty. Or, scrum. Yeah, not played properly by Isaako. Challenge.
It's a bad challenge. He definitely lost that in the play of the ball.
Chance on the Dolphins. Challenging the decision of the lost ball in the ruck, so ruck interference.
The question is, does he play with his foot? It looked messy, you said, Zeno. This is a crucial decision here.
He gets his foot on it, but he definitely loses control.
He puts it on the foot of the Cowboys player.
Just looking to see the actions of Jermaine Isaako.
It's Casey Badger in the bunker.
Puts it on Cotter's leg, I think.
Reuben Cotter moves through the ruck, causing ruck interference.
Oh, wow.
He's successful.
Crowding. Yep, fair enough.
Ruck interference.
Well, that's a big call.
Good challenge from the Finns.
Yeah, Casey Badger's call, fair enough. Obviously, they're up there asking the question, did and co, but that is a huge let-off. Now, all of a sudden, they go from attacking the Dolphins line. Katoa will kick this ball 51 metres out from the Cowboys try line, and they'll be right on the attack, and this would be the nail in the coffin if they can score off this passage of play.
Burls and the purple circle have all tuned back in now that the Cows are back in the game. Thank you, 0467 920 222. Finns with the ball, off that penalty, 35 out, first carry taken by Molo. Now left edge, Katoa gives it on to Lemu Elu, who's got three defenders around him. Connolly, Lemu Elu, tackled 15 in from touch on the left, 25 out. And the Lang Park crowd of 23,172 get their voices into it. Now there's a penalty to the Dolphins.
Crush and tackle.
They should take two here.
Yeah, they will, Hugh.
So who was the infringer?
Owen Hess.
Hess with a crusher tackle out. Just as we're starting to find a bit of air to pump into this balloon. What do? They give away a penalty within 2-point range for one of the competition's best sharpshooters off the kicking team, Jermaine Isaako.
So they scored 3 tries in, 9 minutes?
Yep.
12 minutes.
8 minutes. 8 minutes.
Yeah, I got 8 minutes, 56 and
57, 62, 65 or thereabouts.
So they're on a rampage, a tsunami coming at the Finns. Now all of a sudden that has been popped. And
a stampede. You want to use
DQ, keep it, frame it up properly.
Appropriate sort of
terminology. Yes.
Yeah.
Happy to do that. Well, this conversion will be vital. Take out a 2-try converted lead. But if nothing else, it chews up the clock as well.
Isaako has kicked 5 of 7 tonight. This assignment, 27 metres out, 16 metres in from the left. Approaches, strikes, and raises the flags. Kicks the penalty goal. So that's a 2 converted try margin now for the Dolphins. It breaks the run of those 3 tries for North Queensland. The Dolphins 36, Cowboys 24. 11 and a half minutes to go in the AFL. 3 minutes to three-quarter time. Greater Western Sydney 12-5-77 lead Essendon 4-10-34. Sergio with the restart. Molo runs aggressively back into the defensive line. Takes the tackle just short of the 20. Now, Keeley left side of the ruck. He runs into the defence and tackled about 21 metres from that southern in-goal area. Plays the ball to Marshall King. Given on to Lemu Elu, who's had a pretty big game against his old lot. Robson there to make the tackle with Hess. Lemu Elu plays it. Marshall King given off right shoulder to Taffa. Taffa. 15 from halfway when tackled. Now Donahue down the middle third. It's all one-out stuff here from the Dolphins. Just to settle themselves. Played by Donahue, 8 inside his own half. Ended the set. Katoa with a high kick downfield. It'll come down about 15 metres from the Cowboys line. Taken out there by Burns, who runs it infield and is tackled short of the 30. Burns plays it there. Drinkwater's pass to Jackson Paulo. A The way through for the winger coming in from the right side to have a run. Tackled a dozen inside his own territory. 10 minutes to go. Dolphins lead 36-24. Really important sojourn downfield here for the Cowboys. Laboured up to halfway. Tackled right edge. On the halfway stripe. Played to Robson. Passes left through Dearden to Purdue to Drinkwater. Catch and give Nene. Out to the edge for Burns. Has to step infield as the defence shifts. Keeps it alive. Pods it up to Drinkwater. Given on to Dearden. Now back laterally across the 40. Straightening is Edwards, but he's tackled. 35 out, centre field. Something about the Cowboys here to the right. Dearden shows it and has a little go himself. Gets away from one tackler. Passes while he's being tackled by the second, but Cotter's put down. 20 metres out. Last play, Cowboys. Purdue from 20 metres out. Bombs for the attacking left side. Ricochets off players. Goes to deck. Picked up by Burns in an offside position. Referee realises that. Hand over. Dolphins ball.
Oh, that was a really good centre six for challenging the Finns' defensive structure. Purdue put the kick up, knock on, challenge here though.
Challenging on-field decision of knock-on Cowboys.
Last throw of the dice here.
Well, they might as well use them. Yep. 9 minutes left in the game. It was a bit of a...
Yeah, play's been cleared up to this point.
Bit of an Elton John on the who there.
No touch from Jermaine Isaako, just looking at the touch from the Cowboys.
It's knocked on.
What am I going at?
Cowboys after.
Pinball wizard? Yeah?
Oh, lovely.
Was it the who?
Yeah, Elton John on the who.
Jeremiah Nanai knocks the ball forward into the head of Cohen Hess. The captain's challenge is unsuccessful.
So it will be a Dolphins ball. 10 from their own line. It has a weird rhythm about it, this game, hasn't it?
Well, this game was done and dusted about 10 minutes into the second half, and then they've clawed it back, and now it seems to be meandering on a little bit. It's unfortunate because there's still plenty of time left for the Cows. They can score inside the next 2 or 3 minutes.
Our loyal listeners, Uncle Pete and his nephew Eden, are in the Western stand. Among those jokes of the week, hey boys, another try to the Cowboys, and both teams would have outscored the West Indies. There's a bit of that going around. I finished a golf game on Tuesday, had 31 Stableford points. My playing partner said, well, at least you got more than the West Indies 27. There you go. Out on the left edge, it's the Dolphins, 30 from their own line, played by Molo. Katoa with the kick downfield, taken by Drinkwater on the 20, runs it back to the 30, decides to pass infield. He's got a man there in Jackson Paolo who's going to take the tackle, 11 inside his own half. 8.5 minutes left in the game. Cowboys score now and everyone's sort of up on edge. Burns on the left side for North Queensland, taken in the two-man tackle of Katoa and Fino. Plays it a dozen in from the left touchline. Pass one man infield to Nene. Bit flat-footed Nene. Just goes forward, takes the tackle, 22 out. Robson will pass to open side right through Edwards on the inside line to Neem, who's lost the ball. The Cowboys have come up with a mistake. It's been jumped on by Katoa and the Dolphins have got it a dozen from halfway.
Gee, the Dolphins attacking machines probably fallen away compared to how the Cowboys have risen the last 20 minutes. Let's see if they can finish with a bit of a flutter, the boys from the peninsula.
45 out from the North Queensland line. Left side play. Averillo pops it up for the infield run of Farnworth. Couple of tacklers around him. Robson and Neem prevent the offload. Herbie plays at 32 out to Marshall King. Passes right in centre field. Donahue to Katoa. Oh, no one moving up on his right, so he takes the tackle. The Finns have switched off a bit here. A little over 7 minutes to go. Dolphins 36, Cowboys 24. Centre field. Donahue's monstered by the tackle of Neem. No gain there. Last play. 28 metres out in centre field. Marshall King passes left. Averillo chips in behind the line. Will come down 5 metres out. Comfortably caught by Polo of the Cowboys. And he's pushed back a metre or two. But North Queensland will start this set 3 metres from their own line. Time enough, if good enough. There's 7 minutes left in the game. Cowboys have scored the last 3 tries. They need 2 more to maybe force extra time. Drinkwater to the left across the 10. They're expanding. Nene with an offload back to Drinkwater. Great defensive read though. Got him on the 20. Coming from behind by young Tafa. Now Purdue has a little run out of the dummy half. Makes 10. Plays at 15 inside Cowboys territory. Blindside. Robson gives to Dearden. Dearden to Drinkwater. Can't sprint through the tackle of Katoa. Nice tackle. Second grab though from Katoa. Makes it a wavy 50 for the Cowboys. 6 minutes, 15 seconds left. Trailing by 12. Burns goes into attack. Plays at 45 out. Cowboys out in the left. Now back to right in centre field. Dearden on to Neem. Good post contact. Meters by the young Kiwi forward. Gained about 7 or 8 with 3 tacklers around him. Neem. He'll play it 32 metres out. Plays the ball, Dearden to the left, dummies right, keeps going left. Purdue pops up the pass, but Katoa is in the face of the recipient and O'Donnell, tackled 15 out. Robson out of dummy half. Oh, it gives it to Dearden who knocks it on. And it spews into the in-goal area and no Dolphin keen enough to chase it. They realise that Dearden's knocked it on, and in doing so, and that might have been the last of Lloyd Christmas's hopes, Zeno, for the men from the north.
I think so. That was the opportunity. They need to score there and then give themselves a chance of maybe getting another 6-pointer. But it's going to be hard work now. You think the Dolphins will try and work it out now, put it down on the end of another corner and say, all right, Cowboys, you've still got 2 tries to go. Work it out from the other end. But you can't blame Tommy Dearden. He's done everything he can tonight. Just unlucky.
So the Dolphins have got the scrum. And straight off the top of it, Hess has made a tackle. Marshall King's wrapped up. And then there's a tangle in the play the ball area in the ruck. So it looks like the Finns will once again level up their ledger at 9-9. By next week, Warriors at Mount Smart off the rest. Cowboys in huge trouble. This will be 6 losses out of the last 7. But they do play at home against the Dragons next week. Dolphins have got the ball. Still haven't got to the 20 as yet. Played by Nafahu, the young winger. Infield with a 1-out run and no great gain just beyond the 20 from Isaako. Plays to Marshall King. Given to Katoa. His pass puts Lemu Elu through a hole. Slips a tackle off the halfway. Numbers are plenty in support. Draws Drinkwater. Gives the pass to Averillo. And that's all she writes on this Thursday night. That is the game. Averillo scores. 4.5 to go. It's been dominant for the majority from the men from the peninsula. Averillo goes in for his second try to ensure that the Finns will stay in the fight for the finals in 2025.
Yeah, those long-range tries, they're specialists at them, the Finns. And that was a beautiful left-edge attack. And big Connolly Lemuelu was the one who tore through that right side defence of the Cowboys. And when he got his nose through, all of a sudden he had a plethora of choices. What was he going to do? He had the hammer, he had Averillo, all screaming for the ball. And he positions Averillo nicely. The fullback, Drinkwater, had to make a choice. He went for the inside pass and went to the outside, and that's it for the night.
I think he's been the Dolphins' best tonight, Jake Averillo. And if you're wondering why he's got such a big smile, it's not just because he got a try-double. He's just brought up try number 50 in the NRL. What a great effort for someone who didn't know whether he was going to be playing in the centres, whether he was going to be playing on the wing, and ends up playing on 5'8". What a great performance by him tonight.
Yeah,
incredibly valuable footballer.
We remarked on his versatility anywhere in the back lines. He'd probably fill in at halfback if he needed to as well.
Isaako's conversion attempt 11 metres in from the western touchline and 22 metres out. So not quite the 58-4 hiding that was, 5 weeks ago for the Finns. 40-24, kick to come. Isaako raises the flags. He's 7 from 9 on the night. And the Dolphins, 42, lead the Cowboys 24. There's 3 minutes left in the game. And we've got Neil Diamond in the background here. I got a text from someone. Where was it here? John from Fremantle. He says, come on, Q, you're the music man. What's that whistly tune I'm hearing at so many breaks in play? It's doing my head in. Great call as always, gents. That's this hit from Europe, which was about, it's about 25 years old, Freed from Desire by Gala. They've got a second life in football in the Northern Hemisphere, and now they play it everywhere. I think that's the one that John's talking about. Short restart, Dolphins have got it.
Point it out to me next time you hear it.
Okay.
Let's see, they've got 2.5 minutes of attacking opportunity here, the Finns. Will they find some more holes in this flimsy Cowboys defence?
Stone tackled. Dolphins with it, 3 inside their own half after they got the ball back from the short kickoff from North Queensland. Little ball there from Molo. Gives it on to Taffa. The young man tackled, now left edge. Katoa through Averillo. Knock on from Farnworth. It went backwards. No, not knock on. Knocked on by the Cowboys. 6 more for the Dolphins. Picked up by Averillo. Pops it up to Stone. Neem's trying to strip him one-on-one. Can't. Cotter tries to tackle him. Neem comes to help out. Still Stone going. Eventually plays it 25 out. Now, Taffa receives to the left of the ruck. Charges down the edge. Taken 15 in from touch and 15 out. Taffa to play it. Passes infield to Lemuelu. He stopped 10 metres out. There's 100 seconds left in the game. The Finns looking for more points here. To the right, Katoa to Averillo. Laterally then pops it up to the straightening runner, Max Fine. Nice tackle though from the Cowboys defence. Cut him down. Back to the left. Through Stone, onto Katoa. Tackled by Cotter, but got an offload away. Taffa gives it to Averillo. He gets away from Labour, but Polo's there to make the tackle. Jackson Polo with the tackle. Couple more than that. He left in the set for the Finns, 10 out. One more settler down the middle from Stone. 5 to the left, 5 out. Yep, last play now. It's back for a field goal attempt for Katoa. He knocks it over from 15 metres out. Match day simulation. Why not practice it?
Yep, why not practice it? Well done.
43-24, a minute to go.
Successful drop goals. Just something that you like about this young halfback. He's thinking about all opportunities. Why would you think about that? Well, it's because you're the complete footballer, and I reckon he's worked on Zano just in case we need this sometime in the next couple of months. Let's see if we can put one on.
Oh, look, and why not? I mean, this is the thing. They've got to buy next week so they can talk about their structures and what happened that the Cowboys scored those 3 tries in 8 minutes. But at the end of the day, they've got the 2 points. That's all that matters. Short restart, cute.
12 on the fly, batted backwards by the Cowboys, but straight to a Dolphins hand. And that's his first field goal in the NRL as well.
So all the more reason to practice.
I say Katoa.
What can't he do, honestly?
He's a fine young player. And
just a shame he's a blue cue.
Well, that's a matter of perspective. Always a point of view. Lemuelu, he's had a good game too, Lemuelu.
That's one of his best games, yeah.
Yeah. Katoa kicks him behind the line. He's got a flying man down the wing. Isaako couldn't get there. Drinkwater catches it. Sees it dead. And the Finns keep fighting in 2025. Boy, they've got a populated injury ward. But boy, they can play some footy. And things go from bad to worse in the north, with the Cowboys now having won only once in their last 7 starts. Finns level the ledger at 9 wins, 9 losses. They're well and truly still in this fight for finals in 2025. Not so for North Queensland. All over, all done in the Thursday night opener to round 20. Dolphins 43, Cowboys 24.
Just fair comment, Q. No side would score more long-distance tries, 50 metres or more than the Cowboys, than the Dolphins.
I reckon the Raiders score a few.
Yeah.
But no one's scoring more points than the Dolphins of recent times.
Yeah, I just love the way they seem to be able to attack from so far out. And once they punch a hole in their backfield, their ability to convert that to points is outstanding.
So the try scorers for the Finns. Tabuai Fido's got 2 of them. Averillo with 2 of them as well. Keeley, Graham and Isaako also scored tries. Isaako with 7 goals from 9 attempts, and Katoa with a field goal for the Cowboys. Taulagi scored twice. Drinkwater and Dearden also scored. A perfect 4 from 4 from Scott Drinkwater. 24-6 at halftime, finishes 43-24. Same Bojo.
Yeah, I'm down here with Ruben Cotter. 24-6 at halftime. You guys really fought back, Rubes. You showed plenty of backbone and courage, but just tough when you're giving up so many tries, particularly on that right side.
Yeah, we surged well in that second half, but just leaked too many easy tries. We weren't making our one-on-ones and weren't getting weren't reading well, so it makes it hard to come back with a 34-point lead or whatever they had.
So what do you think it is? Is it a communication issue? Is it just no simpatico? Why is it so easy that you're letting those tries in?
I don't know, but we just got to stop tries. That's all it is. We just got to work harder together to stop tries.
Do you feel like you're getting results on the training field? Because when you put it together, you guys can do some great things. You defended well against the Storm and last week against the Bulldogs, and then tonight the Dolphins just blew you away.
Yeah, mate, we're doing all the right things at training. We just got to keep trying and getting around each other. Sticking together, that's the biggest one, is staying connected when that does happen. We can't let it get quiet. We've got to respond. And, for a bit there, we weren't responding.
Can I just ask you this? You don't want to look at the ladder, you just got to worry about next week. But you play the Dragons. This week you started 5 points away from the 8. You got to start winning some games, otherwise the 8's going to get too far away.
Yeah, definitely. We're leaving it late, and we've really got to start getting some wins, like I said. But it goes back to just focusing on stopping tries and staying connected, keeping the good parts of our game, working hard for each other, but just not getting the result at the moment.
Just finally, Murray Taulagi goes over for a double and then does his hamstring. You keep getting injuries too, don't you?
Yeah, a few soft tissue injuries never help. He's been in and out all year, and he's tremendous when he's in the team. What he does for us out the backfield is huge, and then obviously he's a great finisher as well. So, it hurts losing him.
Just finally, we had some texters coming in from North Queensland fans saying that they're really starting to lose patience. As a player, what can you say to them? What do you say as the co-captain of the club about sticking in with the Cowboys?
Stick with us. We're doing it tough too. We're trying our asses off. We'll get there. Stick with us.
Well, mate, there's no prouder player than you, and I know you try every week. Thanks for chatting to us. Best of luck next week against the Red V.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Ruben Cotter, co-captain of the Cowboys. Passionate as ever with Zane Bojack. If you've got a thought, 0467 920 222. Please send us your name and where you're texting from.
Geez, the table's boxed up, Q, when you have a look at, before the start of the round, Team 7, the Seagulls, and Team 10, the Finns. The Seagulls, Roosters, Sharks, Finns, 2 points between them. It's a real dogfight for those bottom two spots in the 8.
I reckon the Dolphins are probably the most dangerous team outside the top 4.
They are.
Imagine if they had some of their top liners in there.
Just a couple of big bills. But in saying that, I thought Josh Kerr of the bench was good tonight. Ray Stone puts in. Graham was dangerous, filling in there in the dummy half role. Mola, he's been a good buy, Mola.
That hasn't aged well, that comment. What I'm trying to, Penrith and Brisbane are outside the top 4. What I think I'm trying to say is, they've got a firepower about them. That's, they've probably got more firepower than Penrith, and I think they've got more firepower than Brisbane.
Well, they do.
Of the teams outside the top 4, they've probably got the most firepower in them.
And you see that translate to those long-range goals, tries we talk about.
Yeah.
So the 50.
We'll stay, Zane, let's get down to a man who, I love watching this guy play. He is such a versatile footballer, Zane.
I think he was the player of the match tonight. Outstanding performance at 5'8". Jake Averillo, 2 tries. You brought up try number 50. How good was that?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Forgot about that, to be honest. It's a good way to bring it up. Great win again. Scored a lot of points. Really happy with that, especially with the players who've had out this season. Everyone's just stepping up.
Yeah, you're really struggling in the middle, but the players that started out there, they really put it to the Cowboys, didn't you? 24-6 at half-time. Is it a concern that perhaps you just lost a little bit of tempo in the second half?
Yeah, I think it's not a big concern. Obviously, it's just something we can fix there. We spoke about it, just tying up at the ruck, and we've got a lot of speed around the edges that we can back ourselves from D. So, we'll just look at that and improve next week.
Now, I know you've got some speed, including yourself, the hammer, obviously Herbie, but how are you able to turn defence into attack so well? We've been talking in commentary about the interchange of passes, and whenever there's an offload, there's always someone backing up there. How hard do you work on that, Jake?
I think we've just got a lot of natural footy players in our team, and we're not afraid to play footy, especially it was pretty wet tonight, but we're still throwing the ball around. It just comes back from confidence and preparing well, and everyone's just hungry to get the ball.
Now, I know they call it a 4-pointer, but how important was it to get the win after last week's loss in Cronulla and going into the bye next week?
Yeah, it's massive for us. I think it sets up our season really well. Hopefully we get maybe Fuss and Cody back next game, and look to keep going strong.
Hopefully Nico back from concussion as well, so you get a couple of players back. I just want to finally ask you, what's it like for you not knowing where you're going to play? Did you know you were going to play 5'8" at the start of the week, or was it a matter of Wolfie saying, well, look, this is what we need you to do this week?
It was a big chance of playing there. The coaching staff does really well just to keep it simple for me and tells me to back myself, play to my strengths. So wherever I'm playing, I just try to do that.
Well, you're playing great football. I'm sorry that I can't give you a pillow like the last person that was talking to you did, but congratulations on a great performance. I'm sure you're going to get votes in our ABC Player of the Year, Jack.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Zona, what did he get? A pillow?
Yeah, one of the commercial radio stations gave him a pillow.
Oh, right, okay.
Man of the match.
Rightio.
I think all I could give him was a handshake, but geez, a great performance all the same.
Oh, look, and that's worth so much more than a pillow from a commercial radio station, a handshake from our own host of Insane Rugby League, Zane Bojack. Thank you for your messages, by the way. You can tell when it's been a bit of a weird game when most of the messages, they're correcting me for what John was asking from Freo about what the whistling is in the background. Yeah, it's that telecommunications ad. I've got about 4 or 5 texts from it. I thought he was... Because when they score a try here, they play Freed from Desire by Gala, unless, of course, Hamaso scores, and then they play the theme music for MC's Hammer Time. You can't touch this. Okay, 43 points to 24 for the Dolphins. Next up, well, they get to ice a few bruises. They've got the bye. Then they've got the Warriors at Mount Smart and the Roosters at Lang Park. Let's just look at those two next up.
And then they finish, and to bring out that month, it's the Bronx.
After that.
Ooh, that'd be a nice one.
Second battle of the season.
For the other mob,
how do they do this? How do the Dolphins? I mean, it's a bit of a Dorothy Dixer, but again, let's go through them. This is a team which had a very short runway to establish a squad. Sure, they built with it over 2 seasons, but the outs are Flegler, Gilbert, Plath, Saifiti, Kafusi, Nichols, Fine Fuiaki, Bostock, Nikarima. I mean, really, when you look over the last couple of years, you look at only 2 clubs that could even imagine to play competitive NRL football when you've got that much of your squad taken out. And I'm talking about Melbourne, I'm talking about Penrith. How are the Dolphins doing this?
Well, what they've got is, you hear me talk about it, it's who they have got. Their back 5, other than Bostock, stayed intact. You often say as well, it's the best back 5 in the comp. Look at players like Farnworth, Averillo, Isaako and Hammer. They are constantly hurting you, bring the ball back. Takes the pressure off your forwards. Their back row, even though they're not the starting pick, you talk about Lemuelu, Keeley and Donahue have become absolute stars.
Yep.
They've grown and developed. They're tier 3 players that are now legitimate tier 2, popping their nose through. So that's all Christian Wolf.
Zane.
Yeah, I'm down here with the Hammer. Couple of tries again tonight. Mate, you and Herbie, best double act in the game, do you reckon?
Yeah, I think we're yin and yang there. But I love him a bit. He's a good player, and he's huge for us as well. So just to have him out there, and I just run off him. You know he's going to make a break. So, and I'm just there to support. So it's good.
How hard was it for you playing Origin, getting a great win, and then having to watch the side go down to Cronulla? I'm sure you'd love putting that Dolphins jersey back on this week.
Yeah, honestly, it was a bit hard watching, and just to get back in training with the boys. It's always good to get back in the environment that we are in, and to get the win tonight, it's so good.
Got any plans for your bye? I'm sure you're looking to rest a few injuries.
Yeah, I'm not too sure yet. We'll see how the weekend goes, and then make a plan from there. But yeah, I'm keen for this bye. Rest the body, rest the mind, and we'll go again.
Do you realise you're 3 tries ahead of everyone else in the competition? How many are you going to win this try scoring contest on your ear this year?
I didn't even know that. Like I said, the the boys set me up, and I just run through the middle. So full credit to the boys. I love them, and so happy.
All right, well, I'm so happy to chat to you, mate. Congratulations on a great performance. Continue the great work for the Dolphins.
Sweet, thank you.
Good on you, Zeno. Great to hear from the Hammer. So 17 club tries, plus 2 in Origin, 19 tries so far in 2025 for Hammer. So Tabio Ifito, Quentin Hull, Billy Moore and Zane Bojack wrapping things up from Lang Park, with the Finns winning 43 points to 24. Those scoring details again: the Hammer scored twice, Averillo 2 tries, Isaako scored a try, so too did Keeley, so too did Graham. Isaako kicking 7 from 9, Katoa with a field goal at the end of the game. And for the Cowboys, it was a double to Murray Taulangi, but he left the field with a left hamstring injury after scoring his second try. They got a concern around Thomas McKaylee with a knee injury as well. Drinkwater and Dearden also scored, Drinkwater with 4 from 4.
To finish off the question you asked about how they're doing it, the Finns, where the magic has really come on for mine is the middles. The list and distinguished middles, they've lost long-term injuries. Then they buy Saifidi, he gets hurt, and you're seeing guys, Francis Molo, they brought him in and he's a patch-up job, but then
Tafa,
absolutely, like he's come from nowhere, a journeyman. He's played a bit of rugby and they've brought him across. He's got a clear, defined role to play. And that I put down, again, to Christian Wolf's ability to actually translate to his players, this is the role I want you to play, this is what I need you to do. And it's working. That's why the next man up philosophy is able to work, is through clear instruction.
Just before your votes, Billy, latest from the AFL, halfway through the last quarter, Greater Western Sydney, 15 goals, 5-95, lead Essendon 7-10-52. So the Giants lead by 43 points there, midway through the last quarter. Who got your votes?
I gave 3 to the left edge back rower, Connolly Lemuelu. His numbers: 22 carries, 274 metres, 72 of those post contact, 5 tackle breaks, 2 try assists, 35 tackles. It's his best game of his life.
Yep.
And he's a guy that has developed. 2 Jake Averillo, 13 carries, 190 odd metres, 2 tries. Mr. Fix-It, complaining around that back line, he's been outstanding. And again, another example of buying the right player to actually fill whatever is required, and that's been great. The roster management at the Finns is really what we're saying has been done well. And I gave 1 to the guy who's going to probably, as we've already alluded to, try scorer of the year, the Hammer. I know he bombed 1, but he's still brilliant to watch. 2 tries, 190 odd metre carries. Exciting to watch. We saw him play great at Origin. Every time he gets around the ball, it's dangerous. So plenty to like about what the Finns can do. As I said, I believe that they're the best long-range attacking team in the comp, full of danger. And I hope they're able to continue this on and make their first finals appearance since their inception 3 years ago.
We've got a couple of minutes before we wrap things up. Let's have a quick look at what we've got for you tomorrow. The 5:30 pre-game show will lead into Cronulla Sutherland taking on the Sydney Roosters down in the Shire. And then the 8 o'clock game is Penrith versus Souths.
That 5:30 game in the Shire.
Well, the 6 o'clock game, yep.
6 o'clock game, outstanding. Can't wait to see that. That's a real indication. Can the Sharks back up last week's win? The Roosters, poor defence, but they've got plenty of attack in them. That's a crucial game. I've got the Sharks to just win that. And then I think the Rabbits, as I said, they've lost Latrell. They're cactus.
Yep. A bit like our voices. A bit scratchy and prickly.
Well, mine's always like that.
Yep.
I feel for you guys.
So, Sharks v Roosters, Panthers v Bunnies to come your way tomorrow with, of course, things getting underway at 5:30. So, 9 wins, 9 losses now for the Dolphins. By next week, and then the Warriors at Mount Smart. That'll be something to really test them. The Cowboys season, well, they go back to Townsville. Only 1 win in their last 7, and the Red V's coming their way. Thanks, Bill.
Pleasure. Can't wait for the next instalment.
Thanks for spending your Thursday night with us. Thank you, Aussie, on the faders here, and to Zane Bojack down on the touchline, to Ned Hall on the faders. Thank you. And, of course, if you've sent us a message, if you've tuned in, however you've been a part of the broadcast tonight, special shout-out to Grimesy. He wasn't happy that I didn't read out any of his texts tonight. I mean, sometimes you've got good stuff, Grimesy. I like to take the cream of your texts, you know. It's not just text in, get read. You got to have some good stuff, Grimesy.
Yeah, so go back and have a long, hard think, Grimesy. Come back.
He's loyal, but, you know, we love you, Grimesy. I just thought I'd shout you out at the end of the broadcast.
Where's Grimesy? Is he a Queenslander?
Oh, I don't know where he's from.
Where are you from, Grimesy?
Well...
If you're from Queensland, I'll make sure you get rid of it.
You can't answer that question now because the time's counting down. We're about to play the highlights for the end of the coverage because it's 3, 2, 1, good night. Bye-bye.
ABC sports coverage of the 2025 NRL Premiership.
Marshall King passes right to Donahue, to Katoa. Beautiful ball, puts Keeley in. He crashes through a couple of tackles, Oren Keeley. And the Finns get their first look at the in-goal they're attacking. And they take 4 points away from it. Labor plays it 5 out, back to left of centre field. Through Dearden, through Edwards, out to the left. Given from Drinkwater, beautiful pass, Taulungi puts him in without a Finn's hand laid on him. Drinkwater on to Labor, whose pass, it came off the boot of Bolo, unintentionally into the hands of Averillo, who's caught it and scooting 90 metres to score at the other end. Blindside, Averillo to the hammer, on to Farnworth over halfway. Hervey with 30 to go, hammers in field. Put down the glasses. Hamiso, Tabuai Fido charges into the southern end goal and scores another Dolphins try. Averillo, he puts Lemuello into the backfield, over halfway, draws the fullback, gives it to Tabuai Fido, and once again the right edge of the Cowboys absolutely blitzed. The Hammers got a double. Robson there to make the tackle on Lemuelu. So he goes himself this time. He's got there, Harrison Graham. From dummy half, he sort of looked right. Burrows hard next to the markers. Right edge, Keeley to halfway. Now Katoa, gives it on. Fine through a hole, to the 20, to the 10. Isaako on his right shoulder. Isaako scores in the corner. To the left, Purdue gives it to Dearden. Holds it, gives it. Nice lick hands. Taulungi for the corner, gets put over by the pass of Burns. Catch and give. Nice slick movement from Burns to his left. Nice little offload here. Puts Purdue away. O'Donnell pops it up. Purdue comes to the hammer. Drinkwater backing up. Cowboys score from inside their own half. Little grubber goes in behind the line. Kept the line by Drinkwater kicking in field. The bounce taken by Dearden. And Dearden scores! Under the dot. Anyone who's in France watching the bikes, tell them that they better come back to the footy. We had a few turn off. Well, the Cowboys have suddenly turned on. 3 tries in a row. How has this happened? Plays to Marshall King, given to Katoa. His pass was Lemuelu through a hole. Slips a tackle up to halfway. Numbers are plenty in support. Draws Drinkwater. Gives the pass to Averillo. And that's all she writes on this Thursday night.
The 2025 NRL Premiership.
On your radio, ABC Sport Digital Radio,
And on the ABC Listen app.
With Satyam Weinstein, the Prime Minister has rejected accusations from the opposition that his visit to the Great Wall of China and to see giant pandas has been indulgent. Liberal frontbencher James Patterson's criticised Anthony Albanese's 6-day tour of China, which has in part followed in the footsteps of former Prime Ministers Gough Whitlam and Malcolm Fraser. Mr Albanese says footage of him visiting the Great Wall will reach more than 1 billion Chinese citizens.
And those billion people represent people who increasingly are rising up the income ladder and are potential tourists and therefore job creators in Australia. If James Patterson doesn't understand that, then he doesn't understand much.
Pressure is mounting on New South Wales Parliament to take action against independent MP Mark Latham after media reports alleged that he participated in a sex video in his parliamentary office. Ethan Ricks reports.
Reports published by 9 newspapers on Wednesday accused Mark Latham of participating in sexual activity in his parliamentary office. It comes after Mr Latham recently denied a string of allegations which emerged in the civil court apprehended violence order application by his former partner. Mr Latham posted to social media questioning the existence of a video depicting alleged sexual acts and also saying that there was no suggestion of any law or rule being broken. Premier Chris Minns says the alleged behaviour would break standing orders if proven to be true. Opposition spokesperson Damien Tudhope says he won't commit to supporting referring the embattled MP to the Privileges Committee at this stage.
Mr Latham has denied any wrongdoing, saying there's a campaign against him. The Latin Patriarchate of Jerusalem says 2 people have been killed in an Israeli strike on Gaza's only Catholic church. Here's Sarah Amir.
Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni says attacks on the civilian population that Israel has been demonstrating for months are unacceptable, adding that no military action can justify them. Doctors from the nearby Al Ahli hospital in Gaza City say the Holy Family Church was sheltering both Christians and Muslims, including a number of children with disabilities when it was bombed. Parish priest Father Gabriele Romanelli, who used to regularly update the late Pope Francis about the war, is among dozens of people who were wounded in the attack. The Israeli military says it's looking into the reports.
Officials in Iraq say the death toll from a massive blaze at a newly opened shopping centre has risen to 69. Civil defence teams have rescued more than 45 people from the 5-storey building in the eastern city of Al-Qut. Police and local health authorities say another 11 are missing, while it's been confirmed that children are among those who have died. The cause of the fire remains unknown, but officials have launched an investigation and say they'll release preliminary findings in the next 2 days. Torrential rains in Pakistan's Punjab province have killed at least 63 people and injured close to 300 in just 24 hours. The country's National Disaster Management Authority says most of the victims were crushed by collapsing buildings, while the rest either drowned or electrocuted. The latest deaths take the nationwide toll to nearly 180 since the monsoon started in late June. More than half of the victims are children. A fellow inmate of Bradley Murdoch, who killed British backpacker Peter Falconio in 2001, says the murderer held a deep hatred for women. Murdoch died this week, crushing hopes he'd reveal where he disposed of Mr. Falconio's body. Zach Greaves spent 12 years in prison and lived in close quarters with Murdoch. He says Murdoch played power games inside prison.
And he actually had a really deep hatred of women. Now, the chief in the kitchen was Miss Corey. The reason he hated Miss Corey is that Miss Corey treated everyone the same. Brad thought he was always going to get special treatment.
South Australian authorities have developed an algal bloom dashboard online, allowing the public to monitor water quality at beaches along the state's coastline. Water samples from 18 locations will be sent to specialised labs for assessments for scientists to identify up to 100 species of microalgae. It was developed in part by the state's Department of Primary Industries and Regions. Chief Executive Professor Matty Derudi says samples will be taken weekly and uploaded to the website.
But to be transparent and making sure that data is available, that commitment has been made from the government and that dashboard is live.
You're up to date with ABC News. Get more news at any time. Download the ABC Listen app.
If you want the last word on the day in sport, join us on Extra Time every Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday night from 9 Eastern and 7 in the West. Think of it like your sporting nightcap. Extra Time on ABC Sport, digital radio or the ABC Listen app.
Your home of rugby. ABC Sport.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you.
Let's get to know one of our colleagues here since 2017, I believe, and she's had a great impact both on radio and television, where she works for Channel 9, of course, and she's a firefighter. She was a Gillaroos World Cup winning captain. She was a Rugby Union international, and she's certainly in a rugby league family. Roo, how are you going?
Good, thanks, Maury. Good to chat to you.
I got that right, didn't I, about 2017?
I think so.
I remember that first meeting we had in the old ABC cafe. That was about then.
Yes, you're right.
There you go. When did you fall in love with rugby league?
Oh, from a very young age. Obviously, being from the South Coast, your life cycle was rugby league in winter and surf club in summer. So, yeah, from a very, very young age, and actually used to play with Ashton. We used to play in the same footy team together growing up.
I've got so many questions about you and your relationship with your bros, which we've covered before. We've got new listeners. So let me ask you this. What's the worst thing, Ruan Sims, you ever did to one of your brothers? I can ask you this now because I don't get to look at your scary eyes.
Well, there's one that particularly springs to mind, and I think it's one that you enjoy, so I'll tell that one. But there's a few others, obviously. Yes. But the one where I think I'd done something to Corbett and he was threatening to go and tell Mum. And I think I leant in really close and he had this big fluffy bear called David. I said, if you tell on me, David's going to get it. So Corbin was a little traumatised by that for a while.
The fact he was 22 at the time too was interesting.
It was just last weekend.
Now, this is an interesting one for you in the women's rugby league space. When did you realise, I know you came from rugby union to rugby league, but when did you realise that rugby league could be a career for you, whether it was at the tail end of your career when money was starting to come in the game or as a broadcaster?
I think for me, I'd always had a pretty firm vision from about 2013 is probably when I had a pretty firm vision in my mind that this was going to be an opportunity where you could actually make it as a career. You could be a rugby league player. So I think that's when it kind of started for me. Obviously, we're starting to see it now become more of a reality with the girls being contracted longer throughout the year. But for me personally, obviously, from transitioning from playing to then being in the media space, that definitely probably when it really sunk in that this is definitely a career that you can have.
What was the best piece of advice you've ever been given, Ray?
Best piece of advice is one, I've had so many over the years, but one that really stuck with me was from a coach when I was playing basketball in that period of time where girls weren't allowed to play mixed rugby league anymore, and I had to sort of give up playing footy and just concentrate on playing basketball and netball. And the coach, he just said to me, be authentically yourself. You've got something no one else has, and don't try and be anyone else. But yeah, just to be authentic. So, and I feel like that's stood me in good stead throughout the years.
What's an achievement that you're most proud of?
From a team perspective, achievement I'm most proud of, obviously we've won World Cups, which is amazing, but the year that New South Wales Women's Origin beat Queensland for the very first time ever, I think it was 18 years it took for us to get to that point, and that was probably one of my most proud moments for us to overcome such a long history. And then personally, I think receiving an OAM for services to rugby league was a very proud moment. And I think it's something that my grandparents particularly were very proud of too. So it was a really nice moment for me personally.
Pretty damn cool. Now, we know you as Roo. I imagine Simsy has been a nickname. Are there any other nicknames that have stuck over the years?
No, they're the main ones. They're the main ones, really. They're the ones that have stood the test of time.
Do you have a middle name, and if so, what is it?
Yes, Aisha.
Aisha? Where does that come from?
Aisha, yeah, I think it's American. I'm not too sure, but everyone, Aisha.
What's the
funny thing is obviously I have a sister, so the two girls in our family have only one middle name and the three boys have two middle names. So it's an interesting little choice.
What was the tactic there from Mr. and Mrs. Sims?
I'm not too sure, actually. I should probably ask that at Christmas time dinner. That'll be a good chat.
Jackie will have the answer.
Yes, absolutely.
First job you ever had?
I used to bus tables at a little restaurant in Clamour, and I was very young, and it was my very first foray into the workforce.
There you go. So that's your first job. That's cool. What about your first car?
First car was it was more of a family car, but I learned to drive in it, was Dacton Sunbird.
That's a reasonably common theme, I've got to tell you. What colour?
Yellow.
Yellow, there you go. Beautiful.
Yellow.
What's your favourite sport other than rugby league?
Surf boat rowing.
Surf boat rowing, okay, that's the first for that one. Nice.
Yeah.
So what would be your bucket list sporting event to attend that you haven't been to?
The Olympics, without a doubt.
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty here of Ruan Sims. Your favourite TV show as a kid?
Probably Monkey Magic.
Monkey Magic? I'm not even sure I'm familiar with Monkey Magic.
Yeah, Monkey Magic was one of the faves in our family growing up, but then also the young ones.
Oh, yeah, the young ones.
I'll go with the young ones, definitely.
How good.
Stop being so boring, Rick.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? That's very nice. Coming from someone as boring as you.
Look, can you two guys stop hustling each other? I'm getting really bored with it, all right?
Dear me, poor old Neil's getting bored. The most boring person in the whole world's finally getting a taste of his own medicine.
Listen, I think we're overdoing the boredom motif in this conversation. It's time for us to extend our vocabulary.
All right, all I said, Mike, was
We heard
I was
what you said and it was
really
very boring.
I thought we decided.
Yes, you decided, Michael.
Guys.
Movies, big screen. Favourite all-time movie?
I really love Cool Runnings.
Yeah, right, okay. John Candy.
Yeah, it's such a good feel about it. Again, Olympic themed.
Yeah, there you go. There is a common theme here.
Yeah.
Where you going?
I'm gonna take a hot bath. I'm getting cold just thinking about all this ice.
No, man. You're going to be part of my bobsled team.
What you need me for?
Who is the best push car driver in all of Jamaica?
You're looking at him.
Then you gotta do it.
No!
Hey, man, you could be famous.
What is something we don't know about Ruan Sims? Do you have a hidden talent? Is there anything about you that we just don't know?
I used to collect stamps.
Well, hang on. The Ruan Sims I know is not a nerdy stamp collector.
I used to collect stamps.
Do you still have that collection?
No, I don't know where it is. I don't know where they are, but yeah, I used to ask people to give me their envelopes and I would collect stamps. Yep.
I love that so much.
I know.
That will get the occasional mention from here on in. So you're hosting a dinner party, and what I do know about you and your family, you can cook, you can bake. So what first of all, as a cook, what's your signature dish, would you say?
I think my signature dish, or one that I get probably the most commentary on, is I do a pan-fried gnocchi, like pan-fried parmesan gnocchi with slow-cooked pork and like a gremolata sauce, green sauce. It's delicious.
Okay, tongue-watering at the thought of it. So then the gnocchi's coming out at a dinner party you're hosting.
Yeah.
Give us 3 people, alive or dead, that you'd be inviting.
Can I have more than 3?
Listen, Ruby, because you're a stamp collector, yes, you can.
Thank you. I would say Maya Angelou, I'd really love at a dinner party. Seneca would be really interesting company at a dinner party. And I would love my grandparents there as well. Unfortunately, I've just got my dad's mum left. She's the only one that is left alive, and my other 3 grandparents have passed away. And to have them all around the same table would be a pretty incredible time, I think.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to do that too. What scares you the most? Now, we're used to you to being intimidating to your brothers and on the field as a front rower, but what scares you, Ruan Sims?
I'm not a fan of snakes or sea snakes or anything snaky.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
What are your hobbies? Where could we find you on a rare day off?
Look, all of my hobbies and time off I love spending with my puppy dog, whether we're going to the beach or whether we're in hiking or just going out for a walk or a run. That's probably, my favourite thing to do, favourite way to spend time.
What about music with you, Roo? What's a favourite band or singer?
My favourite band is, I think it's the favourite band of all of us kids in the Sims family, is Metallica. Funnily enough, they're the ones So we were going to be going to a Metallica concert a few years ago, and unfortunately it was cancelled, and we were so devastated because we were all looking forward to it. And it was just such a shame because I felt like that would probably be one of the best concerts. So I can't wait for them to come back out to Australia.
So if you haven't seen Metallica, what is the best concert you've ever been to?
Big Day Out back in its heyday was pretty awesome.
All right. Favourite holiday destination?
Oh, it's hard to go past Fiji.
Yes.
I think it's beautiful going to Fiji, but if I had a bucket list holiday place, I'd love to go to Bora Bora just to see what it's like.
Well, I love both of those answers.
Mm.
Are you a reader-roo? Can you recommend a book or an author?
Yeah, I love reading. My current read is Grit by Angela Duckworth, and it's very good.
Grit, Angela Duckworth. All right. Are you a handy person? Are you good around the home building or fixing things?
Yeah, I am quite handy, actually.
What's been your best achievement in terms of fixing or building?
Yeah, well, actually, part of the hobby also is I quite like restoring furniture. So if I get a piece of furniture cheaply or off Marketplace or something, I like to bring it home and spend some time working on it, sanding it back and doing, little bits and pieces to it. And yeah.
So you can put stuff together and not have, 8 leftover screws or, what you're doing.
Usually always a couple left over, but I figure they give you extras in case you lose them. So.
What's your take on clowns, Roo? Great fun or terrifying?
Are we talking Pennywise clowns or?
You take it any way you want.
I'm not afraid of them. I'm not scared of them, but I wouldn't like to come across Pennywise.
Okay, no one would. And some rapid fire questions to finish with. Summer or winter?
Summer.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Oh, vanilla.
Sweet or savoury? Both. I thought savoury might be because of your baking prowess.
Both.
Okay. Peanut butter, smooth or crunchy?
Oh, neither.
Neither, okay.
I'm a Nutella girl.
Oh, okay. That runs a bit in my family too. And the coup de grace, the final one to define you, Ruan Sims. Tomato sauce, cupboard or fridge?
Fridge.
Nice. You got it right.
Oh, yes.
Atta girl. Ruan Sims, great getting to know you. Look forward to seeing you and hearing you soon.
Thanks, Maury. Catch you soon.